kicking like
1, 2,
Dolomite.
3,
Last one
4,
got copyright. I'm kicking like
5
Dolomite.
just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got
Fuck it.
copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme is just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the games. Don't make me grab it still. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joe. Yeah, for real. And when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I'll grab the piece and give your ass a halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, we run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose them too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie, no prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah.
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Look, king of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Blandrew, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey yo, Alex, go ahead, talk to him real quick.
Oh, the Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game. Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it.
They had the nerve to copyright the game. One time, it's just the bitches. Hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lazy. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Ay, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco Long scene was cute, ay, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these niggas before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button, you still a fan. Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak diss, and that's that stuff that get you banned. Last time we told your ass to squat up, you turned telling right. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30 niggas, heard me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking game knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotties, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip anytime you niggas wanna fight. Polygons and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy or look alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt. Toss and get hurt, no face, no case, smashed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back, time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
Yo, what up? Yeah, I hear you. What's up, BG? BG, he's aware that y'all can't hear him, so he's trying to fix his mic right now.
Check, check, check. All right. I don't know what the hell that was. I had to delete my whole mic and then put it back in OBS. Like, OBS be tripping sometimes. All right, y'all hear me? Stream, y'all hear me? Oh my! I lost all my filters though. Hold on. Oh my god! I lost all my mic filters and additions though. I probably sound weird or different. Hold on. Oh shit! Yeah. At least they can hear me. Now I got to go back and after the podcast add all the filters. I had like 5 filters and custom settings on my mic, and now it's completely gone. Hate OBS sometimes. But what's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Juneteenth, Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I got daddy issues.
Oh, man.
What? Pause.
For the record, I asked Smoove, Jack, you seen me ask Smoove several times in tweets and DMs, is he going to be on today, right?
Yes, you did. Yes.
And, yeah,
He never responded, though. He never responded.
But it's like Smoove just be opening the DMs and he looks for like fuckery. But if he doesn't see fuckery, he only responds to fuckery, right?
I
Because
assumed he wasn't going to be on today, but I don't know.
see, but like my thing is like you got to tell us that, dog.
Yeah. Of course. But you know, Smoove too, though. I just assumed he wasn't going to be on, but I don't know. I don't know where he is.
I ain't want to assume because I gotta bring on guests or tell guests not to come depending on if you gonna come or not.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
Like,
true.
come on, dog.
That's definitely true. I just, but I also know Smoove. I know Smoove don't like informing people of shit. You know what I mean?
He definitely don't.
Ain't no telling, dog.
I mean, because listen, he be arguing niggas on the timeline on holidays, so I assume he's still available on holidays.
Well, you know that corporate slavery don't got no days off, brother. You know the vibes. Yes, sir. No days off. No breaks.
I tweeted Smoove several times slandering Xbox. He replied to those this week immediately. Okay, like no hesitation.
As he should.
I asked him several times, are you gonna be on Father's Day? I get no response though. It's crazy
Hey,
out here.
man.
It's wild, disrespectful. Oh man. Listen. Bond's gonna be late. Anybody in the Weapon Wheel Discord, if you want to come through, since Smoove not gonna be here, hit me up.
He's on an open invite. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Jeez.
open invite for anybody who
Rough out here, man.
who want to fill in for the lack of because I wanted to have an intervention with Smoove today too. We needed to have an intervention. It was important, and I actually thought that having it on Father's Day might be appropriate because with Smoove, I'm not sure. And Chris, you on his Planet Xbox podcast. Do you think Smoove is like leaning into the villain role, or he really be believing some of the stuff he say? Because I give Smoove the benefit of the doubt and just believe like he's doing like the heel. Like when everybody in the WWE or WWF had like the heel segment where they turn to the bad guy. Like you think it's real or it's the heel session?
Nah, I really believe he be feeling that way, bro. I don't think he's all the way up there, man.
Who was a lovable idiot, man? That's what I call Smooth.
Shout out to that's my guy, man. But nah, man, I think he really lives the fanboy lifestyle. I think that's really a part of his mentality.
As he should. I mean, what? Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no way Smoove really feels this way, that he's fighting for games he outwardly admits he doesn't care about. I'm like, no, this is he's playing a role on the internet.
Yeah, it's his fanboy shit, because clearly he doesn't care, right? He doesn't care about Final Fantasy. He's never beat a Final Fantasy game in his life, right? And he doesn't really care if other people play. He just wants, he just sees Square Enix, a third party, skipping Xbox, and he thinks that that's morally bad, and they're fucking over Xbox players when they weren't really buying those games in droves anyways. I know Final Fantasy 15 had a 90-10 split on PlayStation and Xbox, not the UK, but worldwide. So yeah, he doesn't really. I understand if it's like games that he actually cares about, right? Like, but he doesn't really care about these games, and he's trying to act like he's speaking up for other Xbox gamers who may enjoy these games and whatnot. But he truly doesn't care. He just hates that a third party company that's not bought by Sony is giving Sony exclusives and skipping the Microsoft platform.
Yeah. Well, we still gonna talk about Smoove, even though he's not currently here. We gonna talk about him on Father's Day, and we gonna slander that man just because we.
Yeah, shout out to Smoove. Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna confront him on Wednesday.
Yeah. You still gonna catch this elite slander on Father's Day. Nothing's changing. Yeah. We're going to slander a black father on Juneteenth and Father's Day. You got that right. You heard it here first.
Man. Hey, I'm out of it then.
All right. Let me do this intro real quick, and we can get right into it. Bond is coming. He's just going to be late. All right. Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 325. All right. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all your favorite audio streaming platforms. If you want to support the podcast, you can do so by supporting our Patreon or hitting the join button on the screen in front of you to become part of the channel membership. That will give you access to Discord, joining our Discord, and also you'll get access to the Weapon Wheel After Dark, which is pretty much an extra podcast every Sunday where you can ask us any question you want. I post those. I post the the day of, so you can ask the questions and then we answer them in After Dark. And if you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, like what you're watching now, just click the link in the description and you can drag and drop your gameplay right in there. Shout out to everybody who's been sending me gameplay. Appreciate it. All right, let's get right into it. Do these intros. Hustle, what's going on, man?
Not much. Thank you for having me at the 11th hour. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just out here, living, vibing. You got kids?
No, sir. Okay. But I am enjoying my freedom. Happy Juneteenth to y'all.
Oh yeah, we all enjoying that,
right?
I don't have no kids that came from my family jewels, but I definitely got some cheering running around this community. I got a bunch of cheering. Okay, let's not get it twisted. I done influenced and spawned a lot of these ingrates you see running around here. That's a fact. All right.
You too, BG? Because I think I got a few sons and daughters around here too, but I don't want,
man.
Shit.
Yeah. All right, Jack.
Good, everybody. What's popping? How y'all doing?
All right, Chris.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Glad to be back on. And yeah, man, it was a great week, especially for FF7 fan. That's the main reason why I'm here. But happy Father's Day and happy Juneteenth to everybody as well.
All right, and B Staples.
Yo, yo, happy Father's Day, all the fathers out there. You are appreciated. I'm gonna let that out there. I know it's not a holiday a lot of people like to celebrate, but no, it's a pretty big holiday for me personally.
All right, yes, sir. Yeah, like we said, happy Father's Day, and happy Juneteenth. So let's get right into well, actually, Hustle, I think it was like the week before you had wanted to come on. I forgot to give you the role because so much stuff was going on. You had something you wanted to say about like The Last of Us, like and the pricing thing, right?
No, actually, no. I'll just say that for anybody who's like really overreacting to the price, they literally rebuilt this from the ground up, and I have a sneaking suspicion that they're gonna add different things from The Last of Us Part 2 to flesh out the story a little bit more. I think it's just much to do about nothing. People just find a reason to bitch about whatever they want to bitch about. So you know how it go. They want their tweet to take off so they can get whatever little traction they can get. It's a bunch of bullshit, dog. That game is damn near 10 years old at this point. So yeah, a remake was needed. Also with the remaster, because I played and beat that back in 2020, there were certain button prompts that didn't come up. There were certain actions that I tried to play when I was streaming the game and everything that didn't happen. So hopefully this remake fixes all of those issues. I think I heard it from you guys first that they're gonna implement The Last of Us 2 like AI and stuff like that. Because I think I saw it on Jeff Keighley's thing too. Yeah, no, it's needed. It's needed, and it's worth the $70. I was trying to get the $100 version to keep it trail with you, but that shit sold out too quick, man.
Okay. I was, Mocha is a staunch Joel defender, right? She's a staunch defender of the mass murderer known as Joel, right? And she brought up like how at the end of the game, Joel, Abby's father, pulled out the scalpel, right? And I think they're gonna make some like little minute changes, like little small behavioral changes. Like for example, obviously Abby's father is gonna look more like Abby's father, but what if they make it seem like Joel is more of the bad guy, right? And what I mean by that is, or not necessarily, I mean he is a bad guy, but what if they make her father seemed like he is more of a victim by giving him dialogue for one, more dialogue, because I don't really think the doctor said anything or something, like he stay back. And what if Joel is they make it clear that Joel was the aggressor and they were just helpless victims.
Nigga, he came in with a full arsenal. What you mean make him look like he more of an aggressor? What the hell?
But that's the thing. People still find a way
him.
Nigga, the shotgun hanging out his asshole. What you mean they're more of the aggressor?
And people still defend Joel.
Listen, you would have to be fucking retarded to not realize what was going on. That man was trying to save the world, okay? And Joel did what he did. I'm not saying he was right or wrong, but come on, man.
Do y'all think we're gonna see like a younger Abby in the remake?
It's a possibility.
I hope so.
You might see her like in the background or some shit, like a Easter egg type shit. Oh, you know what I mean? So I can see that.
I kind of hope she is in the background so we can clap her too. You know what?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just think they're gonna make it, because when you first went up in that room and you clapped everybody in the most creative way possible, there was no thinking that was required, because as far as you knew at that moment, these are just random characters. There's no consequence to what I'm doing now, right? Like, there's nothing is gonna come of me killing this doctor. But now that in hindsight,
I got a question about that too, though. Like when I first saw Abby and she was like, "I bet you don't know who I am," I just assumed her parents had to be like in that hospital, though. Like that was my first thought. Like, oh, her dad must have been like one of the people he killed in the hospital or some shit. I just felt that. Y'all didn't feel like that? Who else would she have been like?
Yeah, I knew it was somebody. When you were first playing through the early parts of part 2, it was definitely like, okay, Abby and or Joel killed somebody very important in that first game.
And in the intro cutscene, they specifically pointed that part out, if you remember. They
Yes.
emphasized that part. So I'm like, yeah, her dad had to been one of them surgeons or some shit.
Yeah, so you know,
Yeah.
we gonna see.
They're gonna put it more in line with the show. That's what I think. Whatever the show do, I think that's the remake's just gonna copy it.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't even think. I think the show. I think they're gonna like really draw that show out. Like we're not gonna get to you know, anything that happens in part 2 for a few seasons. That's how I feel like how they.
Nah,
gonna do that
I
show.
think the remake is pretty much going to be for the most part 1-to-1 with just a few additions. You know, because
Yeah.
it's still gonna have to connect with part 2 and not necessarily what they're doing with the show.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, I don't want to stay on Last of Us too long.
I do.
I
Yeah.
mean,
So I just pre-ordered part 1, baby. Yes, sir. We back in there.
I
September
mean,
2nd.
yeah.
You got the $100 edition?
No, I got the $76 edition. I'm a broke boy. You know how they go.
Hey man, you know, people $70. I'm like, listen, you either buy it or wait for a price drop. Like it's not rocket science. You got two options: buy it or wait for a price drop, or never buy it at all. You know, crying about it ain't really gonna do nothing.
GN just did a fucking 8-minute expose on it. Do you feel it's worth it? I think it's one of the greatest games ever. I purchased it a couple of times. I don't think it's worth the money. I'm not buying. Well, okay, nigga. All right, fuck. What we supposed to do? Everybody upset in the comments said, "Hey man, don't buy the game, man. Matter of fact, I want the game to flop. I want every PlayStation game from here on out to flop, especially ones that's coming to PC. Absolutely. Let them motherfuckers sell like dog shit. Let's get it.
I mean, and you know,
I'm with
it
the
won't.
movement.
You
I'm
know
with the
it
movement.
won't, man.
I'm with the movement. I want to be with the movement. They don't want me to be with the movement, man.
Hey man, you already know. It's yeah, like you said. Like people may not have it pre-ordered right now, right? Only like 4 on your friends list. Watch go back and check it a week before. How many people
I
you
got
got
over
on your friends
1,600
list?
people on my friends list too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like at least I'm gonna give it at least 600 people pre-order that thing, man. They
You think
come
so?
on, man.
It's got to be higher than that, man. 4 people out of over 1,600.
Trust
That's
me,
it.
man.
That's crazy.
Trust me. Wait till that time start marching down on that game.
I said my shit looking like a Steam's friends list out this motherfucker. Ain't nobody playing to buy no games. Fuck going on, y'all?
Y'all think it's gonna sell like 5 million first year?
Your mic is low. Was that just
Tarek,
me?
yeah. No, I heard. I think that was Tarek. Yeah, he's low.
Yeah, your mic is real low, Tarek.
Oh, I didn't even hear nobody. What the hell?
Yeah, very low. It was a whisper.
What Tarek in here?
Yeah. So if I'm gonna give Tarek a chance to go back to it, but next thing I was gonna jump to is just the Quarry, because you know we talked about it last week. Not really, because you know I couldn't play it because of motion blur. Jack, you had a chance to play more of it. Want to just did you beat it?
I beat the Quarry. I did beat the Quarry.
Okay, give us the rundown, man. Sell us on this game, sir.
All right, so the Quarry. Now this is made by Supermassive Games, people. If you don't know who that is, they made Until Dawn. They've made a couple of PSVR games. The Inpatient, which is a prequel to Until Dawn. Until Dawn: Rush of Blood was a PSVR game. They made the Dark Pictures anthology, which featured like Man of Medan and shit like that. I never played those games. I did play Until Dawn. Love the game. The Quarry. Now, the Quarry takes place at Hackett's Quarry Summer Camp. You play as this group of teens. It's pretty much the last day of camp, and shit start to go left. You know what I mean? They want to spend one more day in camp, you know, get their crushes off or whatever, shoot they shot. But shit immediately goes left, okay? Now, if you played Until Dawn, if you play, you know, Detroit Become, any game like that, it's going to put you in the same mindset as that, you know, QTE's story, pretty much like a playable movie, right? Interactive movie. Beat the Quarry. Now, what I will say is this. The Quarry, in my personal opinion, is not better than Until Dawn, all right? It really don't even hold a candle to it, if I'm being honest. Maybe it was that PlayStation fragrance. I don't know. But the game is cool. I did like the game. This is a full-price game, by the way. $70 on PS5, $60 on PS4. If you buy the special edition, you get the cross-buy and whatever. I probably would have did that. I didn't even know that. It was like an extra $10. I could have got both versions. I didn't even know that. But
is it worth it?
That's what I was finna say. That's what I was finna say.
What the fucked up ending, right?
I did get a fucked up ending too. I was gonna get to that. The game, me personally, I would say this game is worth a playthrough. It's not worth a playthrough at full price. On top of that, I bought the PS5 version, right? $70. It does not have any DualSense support. It don't got nothing of me playing that game made me feel like this is a PS5 version of this game. You see what I'm saying? I didn't feel no type of That was bad about it, right? It don't feel like you might as well get the PS4 version. For people that like trophies, if you're a trophy hunter, if you want to get all the trophies, this game is horrible for trophies, right? Once you beat the game, you get chapter select, right? But if you beat the game again, you can no longer use chapter select. It makes no sense, right? The game does have collectibles, tarot cards, and shit. You can see your future. It's like when you collect the totems in Until Dawn. It's very similar. It's a very similar structure. You know, in Until Dawn, when you beat a chapter, they look crazy. Psychiatrist dude to talk to you. Where they got a chick that read tarot cards in the woods. She talked to you after every chapter, show you your future, shit like that. And I fucked up in the game, right? I fucked up one time and it ruined my game. There was one person that he pretty much, if I would have saved him this one time, I fucked up because they did a little switcheroo. He pretty much tells you a lot of shit, lore in the game, right? But he died at the end of my game. And when they did the recap, they was mentioning shit I had never heard before. I'm like, bro, what are they talking about, right? But he didn't tell. He was supposed to tell you this at like the ass end of the game. So I don't really like the way they structured the story. Because if you fuck up on that one specific part, you're not gonna know a ton of the story. But this is already like 7 hours in, which the game is only 8 hours, right? So it's like, why didn't you just tell me at the midway point or earlier? So the game is cool, man. I say check it out. It ain't no must play though. I wouldn't say it's a must play. It's cool though.
You going for that platinum?
Bro, the platinum. Oh, another. Okay, this is a mode I like. They got a thing called movie mode that you get once you beat the game, right? So you can just take out all the walking sections, you can just watch it like a movie. So they got, but you can decide what happened. You can decide if everybody died, if everybody lived, or you can go in. They got a thing called director mode with the movie mode. You can go in. Okay, this person died. This person don't. This person. So I can't say that because it'll ruin it. Or like how they respond to shit. It's pretty much like you playing it, but you playing it as the director. So it got some cool little modes, and you can put a little different filters on it, make it like an 80s horror movie. So it is some playability there. I just say don't rush out to get this. I would say wait for a heavy discount or wait for it to drop in GamePass, man. I think that'd be a great place for this game. I got to be honest with you. It's not GamePass fodder though, but it's cool.
Okay. Thank you for that breakdown, sir. So you're not going for the platinum?
I don't know, man. It's just irritating, bro. Oh yeah, apparently this game was promoted with having, I want to say the number is 186 different endings. After playing it, I can see where they come in at because people can die, of course, at any time. What I will say about this game, this is not a difficult game. The QTEs are very easy. They're very forgiving. You know, in games like Until Dawn, sometimes, it'll have where you can't move for a certain amount of time or to fuck up, or you got to be real fast with it. These QTEs are slow as hell. Most of them include the analog stick. You just got to move it right, left, up, and down. It's not a difficult game, people. You just got to make the right decisions. But I might go for the platinum. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And I beat it in like 7. I think it was like 7 hours, 53 minutes, some shit like that. So it's not a long game either. 10 chapters. Well, I got 10 chapters. I think it can be more chapters if you get the true ending.
All right. Okay. Thank you, good sir. Next game release was TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Everybody was, pretty hyped to play that this week. Everybody was on that. And got good reviews, of course. It's in Game Pass. A lot of people have been playing it on every platform. And listen, the game is good. It's fun, very fun. The music is good. Y'all know I ain't somebody who really be talking about music like that, but the music is good. It's that 6-player mode is not actually playable. I would say avoid that mode.
Come on, that was fun, bro.
That mode is chaotic.
It's chaotic, but it's fun though. I had fun.
Listen, you can't tell nothing that is happening in that 6-player mode at all.
I feel you with that, but at the same time, how often, especially in today's game and landscape, how often can you get together with 5 other people and play a cooperative game? That's kind of rare, bro. To have 6-player co-op.
I don't know if I like 5 other people.
But I'm saying, I dinner don't like 5 other people in general, right? But I'm just saying though, most of the time co-op is 4 at max. If we being generous, but so having 6-player, I think that's a cool addition, man.
It's fun to watch on stream. I'm not sure it's fun to actually play it like that.
It's definitely hectic. It's hectic, bro.
Has anybody here played the 6-player mode?
Yeah,
we
I
did it.
I did it twice.
I
I did it
have.
twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, I'm gonna pick it up. I haven't got it. Yeah. How long is the game? Because I saw people beat it like the
it's
first day.
short.
Like 2 hours. It's not that.
Oh,
If
okay.
if you play it on normal, you can like pretty much run through this.
Yeah,
My biggest complaint about this game, and I love the game, it's too easy. Like me and shout out to my boy Ricky, we played it on normal like Friday, and I think we beat that shit in like an hour and a half. We ran through that joint.
Man.
Yeah, I know. It's a super fun game. I played Thursday night with with the squad and everything, and yeah, BG, you're right. It does get chaotic. You just gotta like know where you are. And everybody picked all 4 turtles. I had Raphael, and I couldn't kind of see where I was at first. I said, let me just take a minute and let me just move up so I can kind of get like a bearing of where I am. But it's super fun, man. This is the spiritual successor to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Shout out to Tribute Games because they really got everything right in this game. Emu, man, they're like the premier people for beat 'em ups at this point. If you want to beat 'em up remade, yo, holla at Emu, dog, because it's like they got everything right. They had like shit in there that I didn't even know about in terms of the cartoon and the comic books, man. So it's a super fun game, man.
I wish the enemies scaled, as in like the more people in your game, the harder the enemies.
They do.
They do, yeah.
It didn't even feel like that when I played it. I thought it was the same.
The bosses
okay.
scale, but the regular enemies, I don't think they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bosses.
I couldn't even notice.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you play the less amount of people you play with, the easier the bosses are to kill. When you play with like 6 people, bro, it take a long ass time to beat these bosses, bro. Like,
yeah, I don't think they changed the amount of enemies that are on, because I played by myself after we played 6 player, and I'm like, this is the same amount of enemies. I don't know if they make the enemies harder, but it's definitely like the same.
You know why I scale too, though? The more people you play with, because you can finesse it, right? Because when you taunt, it builds up your special move, right? So the more people you play with, people can fall back from the boss and build up their special moves and go crazy. But when you playing by yourself, it don't give you no time to taunt and do all that shit when you by yourself. They just constantly attacking you, right? So that's why I think it scaled up the enemy health.
Yeah. I like how easy it is and how clear they've made like all the controls. Like I really like that tutorial. I mean, it's an arcade game. You don't, if you want to do like some advanced stuff, and you want to know, like, because you can throw enemies towards the screen, you can throw them back and forth. All that stuff is still important, right? Even though it's just like this arcade beat 'em up. But I really liked how that tutorial, showing you how to do something, was like so quick and easy. It was just this 21 part, like almost like a manual, like the manuals from back in the day, and you just flip through and it showed you exactly everything you need to know real quick and easy. I like that, and it's a cool combo system. You can juggle enemies like damn near forever. So,
BG, I got some bad news for you, brother. Now,
what's that?
On launch day, me, BG, Kofi, Tony, Blaze 4K, and my guy Nova, we all ran 6-player co-op, man. And we was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, we was kind of getting scraped a little bit on certain, well, not me, I was having the most kills, I was taking the most damage.
I was right below you, for the record. I
feel you, but the narrative, I'm just telling you about the narrative. I don't feel this way, but there's a narrative out that Kofi, specifically you and Kofi, right? But specifically you and Kofi did not want to smoke with the harder gnarly difficulty, and y'all rage quit the game. I didn't put this narrative out there, but ask it. Bro, X Tarek, he in my Discord, man. They was roasting y'all, bro.
I never chose the difficulty. I never even knew what difficulty we were playing on.
I feel you about this, bro.
No,
they was roasting y'all, saying y'all was ass. I can't believe y'all didn't beat the game in one sit.
First of all, my issue was that when you're playing 6-player co-op, you can't see anything you're doing. So the game is now a button masher, right? So it's not based on skill. My thing, if I'm playing a beat 'em up, I want people to, and I'm live streaming, I want people to see what I'm doing. I want to exhibit my skills. So it's actually the polar opposite. I'm doing a live stream. I'm like, yo, these people can't see nothing I'm actually doing. So I want to go to
you want to showboat the situation.
Exactly. So it was the opposite situation. I want people to see the work I'm putting out here, bro. That was my thing. So I was like, listen, because we was in 6-player, I was like, we should split up into threes or max 4. That was my thing. Definitely wasn't. Come on, bro. Come on, me complaining about a difficulty. Y'all better stop this.
I'm gonna say that, like, I'm gonna be real. I did play it with I think I ran it with 4 other people. It was better. It's better like the least people you play it with. I wouldn't say play it solo though, but it is better with like less than 6 people.
3. I think 3, 4, max 4.
Yeah,
bro.
3 or 4. What I mean, you mean 3 overall or 3 more people?
Just 3 overall.
Oh nah, I need
3
at
is
least.
best.
I need at least 4 or 5. Man, come on, dog.
No, hell
Fun
no.
like that. It's fun having more
Hell
people.
no,
man. It's
bro.
fun.
Nah, dog. I'm good. It's a button masher at that point. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what's going on. We just know we pressing buttons.
This should a button master. I mean, they try to throw in like these ain't no fucking combos, man. Like
I need a flex, bro.
then you can hit enemies once they dead still and shit. Like these combos is lame. It's cool. It's a cool idea, but it ain't really no fucking Street Fighter. Quarter circle. All of it. Motherfuckers posting combo videos online. Like, bro, it's not nothing. This ain't nothing crazy, dog. Come on, bro.
Hey, Jack. Speaking of Street Fighter, I'm glad you brought that up. Did everybody see like the references from Street Fighter, the references from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
And
I saw that.
that shit was so dope, man. Like
April has Chun-Li's moves.
Mhm.
Michelangelo has E Honda's moves. Yeah.
April's a
E
fucking
Honda.
beast, bro.
I gotta run it back with April, man. I
And
played
she
with
get
Rock
shit.
here.
Hey, they kind of gave her a donkey in the game. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even be looking at video game characters like that. Hey, man, listen.
I think April and Mikey might be the best characters. In the
April
game.
is definitely the best. Well, that's the one combo. That's the one I can get the most combos with is April. Cause she got that fucking flying kick too. That you hit them like 3 times before they hit the ground, bro. Nah, she be doing damage, bro.
Hey, would y'all say that this is better than Streets of Rage 4? That was the last beat 'em up.
I didn't like Streets of Rage 4 that much. It was cool.
Oh, you didn't?
I wasn't too fond.
I thought it was cool. I
it was alright. It was but I'm more of a Turtles fan. I really didn't. Well, I did grow up with Streets of Rage, but I
What's
wasn't.
the best Turtles game? I never played none of them yet.
It's
Turtles in Time.
Yeah,
Turtles in Time held that mantle for a really long time. Hey, Jack, real quick, Lizard Cube and Guard Crush, they made Streets of Rage 4. So, and Tribute Games made this one. So like there are differences, but yeah, I feel like Tribute got this one right. I feel like TMNT is way better. It's like it seemed like everything that they did in Streets of Rage 4, it seemed like it was like maximized here, with the exception of I don't want to spoil it, but you'll find certain people to do the side missions with. In Streets of Rage, if you had a taser, you hit the arcade and you can go back and fight the OG bosses.
I remember.
Yeah, I wish they would have implemented something like that. Like that's like one of my other complaints. Outside of that, this is my most anticipated game this year. This shit was perfect.
I'm gonna be real. As far as side-scrolling TMNT games, this is gonna be blasphemous. Okay, this is gonna be blasphemous. I feel like this might be the best one.
That's not
my only issue with this fucking game is that I guess you'll say the hit boxes you get hit by a lot of bullshit in this game. That it does not feel like you genuinely took damage. It's like, bro, how the fuck did they hit me, bro?
But that's
I
not
feel like that every time I play this game.
About like I see like RGT's in the chat. He said Casey's a beast, and I think he's the one. Him and a few other people have been saying like, listen, this is game of the year, caliber, indie game. Like, well, not only indie game, but just a game in general. They think it's that good. But I've encountered a few bugs, which I'm like, this is this should not be in this type of game. Yeah, you get froze when we were getting frozen, like screens weren't loading in 6-player co-op. I would get stuck in the dive kick. Sometimes my character would just get stuck in the dive kick, and I just gotta wait to get out of it. So small stuff like that.
Did everybody have that bug in the 3rd level, the way on the hoverboards and nobody shows up?
No, I didn't have that.
All right, so
the main bug I get, when you play 6-player co-op, you have to restart each level 3 times exactly for it to work for everybody. It's weird as fuck. It's always not gonna work for at least 2 people, maybe even 1, but you got to restart it 3 times each level.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think that's a PlayStation thing because on Steam it just happened one time.
Also, the main hub world game menu pays homage to Super Mario World with the way you navigate the levels. So that was cool. It's a great game, man. Definitely a great game. Day 1 on GamePass, it made it even better, right? There you boys go. Oh, one problem I do got. This shit got crossplay with PC and Xbox, but no PlayStation. The PlayStation version might be the most given version, bro. It was the only version you couldn't pre-order. It was the only one that ain't got cross. Like what's going on, man? I don't think the Switch got crossplay, but what's going on, man? Nobody.
Hold on. Are you complaining
Sony not
about
playing nice?
Are you complaining about crossplay?
The only reason I'm complaining about crossplay, well, they complain for 18 months. Either this is my thing about crossplay, bud. Either you gonna do it all the way, or you ain't gonna do it at all. You see what I'm saying? All my PC dick eating brethren that I hang out with, Jack Moo, please download this on GamePass, brother. Come on, man, bro. I already got all my progression on.
So I got a question. You said do it all the way or don't do it, right?
Absolutely.
So when Factions 2 comes out, PS5 and terrorist consoles near you, terrorist platforms.
That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming at this point.
Should they then put it on Xbox and Switch?
I mean, to be honest, you know what's crazy? To be honest with you, the way they move and shit, I don't even give a fuck at this point. To be honest,
Or are you saying third-party games should be all or nothing if they're crossplay? Because that's what I think.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely talking about third party, but at the same time, like they dipping their toe in all these fucking, like, I think Persona 5 should be on Switch. I don't understand why it's not.
I don't want it on Switch because until they start buying games that they need to be supporting, they can all eat a big one. Eat a big Memphis hot dog.
Bond, it's on Xbox where they'll support it less. At least the Switch players would support Persona for the most part.
The only reason why it's coming to Xbox is because
Microsoft had
to pay a check.
Yeah, they had to pay for it.
Yeah. Steam, it's coming because it's not competition, or I don't know why console manufacturers don't view it as competition. But the Switch, like, I don't think these Nintendo guys deserve much nowadays. That's just my opinion.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Just to wrap up, TMNT is fire. Y'all should play that. And it's cheap. I think it was only $22. $22 you got PS Plus.
So are you guys playing on Xbox or PC?
PC. I played on Xbox.
On PlayStation.
Yeah.
So why y'all playing on PlayStation when everybody else has crossplay?
We didn't even know they crossplay shit till the day before lunch.
Come on. And do we really care about them niggas, Bond?
I also like that you can level up the characters in this game. That's cool.
I don't play online games on PlayStation. I'm not about paying for anything, or paying for online. I should say we don't do that over here in the city of hate.
Yes, sir.
I feel that, Bond. Hey, real quick because I'll leave on this note, BG. Real quick, can we talk about the music in the game? Because the music in the game is fucking phenomenal.
Please go ahead.
Ghostface Killer Raekwon, and I'm not gonna say where it happens, but they got a song in there. The gentleman who made the I think his name is T. Lopez or T. Lopes. He's the same dude who made the music for Sonic Mania. So, there's a lot of pedigree behind what this young man did. And my only regret is that Vanilla Ice's Go Ninja Go isn't in the game. That's just me.
Hey, they got Mega Ran in here too. The Mega Ran, the dude that be doing the Mega Man raps.
Really?
Whoa, there's a guy that does.
He got a song in the game.
Oh, stop the show. There's a guy that does Mega Man raps.
Yeah, his name Mega Ran. Yeah, black guy.
Yeah, somebody need to link that into the DMs on Twitter. I've not heard of this.
This game actually made me go look up some scenes from the TMNT movies. Out of the Shadows and the one, what was it, 2016 and 18, whatever years they came out. I don't know. I never really knew how people felt about these movies, but I always liked them. I really liked them, bro.
The Michael Bay ones?
Yeah, the Michael Bay ones. I really liked them. Like, I don't think
I didn't know Michael Bay directed it because I was about to say I enjoy him like I enjoy the Transformers.
That's the only reason Megan Fox was in there because Michael Bay directed it.
Shadows is pretty good. The second one.
Like the movie doesn't concentrate like on fighting, at barely at all, but the stunts are really good. And like the Turtles, whoever played them, they're really good. I really like those movies.
Where's Smoove and Blandrew?
Smoove is he has father privileges, even though he didn't say nothing to us, but he was in the chat, so I guess he's on.
Also, he was playing. Actually, he's playing TMNT with his kids, is what he posted on Twitter last I saw.
Yeah, so I guess he's still.
Hold on. Oh, where's my father privileges? He don't even show up for his own dad.
Yo, hey.
Wow. Just because you take his money, don't mean you his father, Bond.
Possibly.
And where's Blandrew? Don't tell me he's celebrating Juneteenth.
Hey, yo, Blandrew be saying some wild stuff in the DMs.
Bro, I swear he do, bro. If people knew how Blandrew talked in private, bro, they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
This man, Hey man, this
And the funny thing is, they come at me like I feel like Blandrew learned from me and took it to like Trumponian levels.
Trumponian.
If that's even a word.
I'm not sure
yeah,
what it is.
Blandrew.
You're a wild boy, man.
I don't know if anybody really truly. I don't know if anybody truly would want to run into Blandrew on the streets. He might throw a turtle shell at your ass. Headshot.
And then the Nintendo guys, different breed.
I gotta read this DM. Blandrew wouldn't mind. This man said in the DMs, I went to a Juneteenth event yesterday. I felt like I didn't belong, right? I asked Blandrew, well, why? He said, a gathering of black people, the smell of weed, trying to convert me to Islam, family-friendly disco music, and black fist everywhere. Dog.
Oh, man.
When he said try to convert me to Islam, I was crying.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
I was
my
crying,
God.
bro. I'm like, this what goes on?
Oh my God. Oh,
I don't even know what Blandrew looks like in the real. He was supposed to send a picture to Mocha to do the makeover. We never got to see it.
Oh, look, he got like a real old looking face. I seen Blandrew.
Yeah. He showed his picture on Twitter before a long time ago.
He looked like JJ Evans from Good Times. Like
the only thing I remember is like he had this real outrageous mustache, like this crazy like
like Luigi,
Mario.
right?
Yeah,
Mario
Luigi
mustache. Yeah.
Y'all ever seen Oprah Side nigga on YouTube? That's who he looked like.
Oh, so, you mean Stedman?
No. It's a dude named Oprah Side nigga. They call him OSN.
Oh my God.
He looked like
There's
OSN.
a guy called Oprah's Side nigga.
Yeah, he rebranded. He just changed his name to OSN. But yeah.
That shit's nuts.
Fucking tears in my eyes, man.
I fuck with OSN. He funny.
So BG, what'd you get for Father's Day?
I mean from my delinquent, ungrateful children that running all around YouTube. Oh man.
No, I thought you were gonna say you gotta wait some months for that, but
no. I did invite Kofi. That was complete coincidence though. Like I swear to God. Like I invited Kofi, but he couldn't make it.
Okay.
He's probably still damage controlling down bad over Drake.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that album,
yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Sucked. No.
Honestly, forget I made this. No, but that listen, as much as we think that's trash, it's he knows what it's gonna be. It's Gay Pride Month, right? And he released a whole bunch of clubhouse music that they like to get jiggy to and all that. So he know what he doing.
Yeah, but BG, this ain't the first time we've seen hip hop artists do that. Lupe Fiasco did it, but Lupe Fiasco did it with Lasers, and Lasers was much better than this effort from
First of all, BG, it is not that Pride Month. You forgot the rest of the alphabet.
You're right.
Hey, speaking of that, BG, you gonna talk about that Radio Night shit, bro?
So that's why we just refer to it as a regular.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up.
Regular month.
That was crazy.
Nightclub thing, the nightclub level.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of nightclubs, did you hear what QuantumTV said about nightclubs?
What'd he say?
He said that more people in the Pulse Orlando thing should have got quick encountered.
Yo, no wonder they trying to get him the fuck out of here.
But the worst thing is, I don't know if you've seen that video of TheActman just saying all kinds of crap. Like
I did see that.
They both need to get out of here.
Mm.
And I had to talk to Rich behind the scenes, and I was like, bruh, if you had like a couple thousand subs, and you want to make a stand, cool, I got it, I get you. But you got kids and a channel with 1 million+ subscribers. It ain't worth it to defend somebody who's a racist. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I agree.
When the bag gets that big, shit, they want to send me an Xbox and say it's the best thing ever. Game Pass, right, Jake?
Sir.
So,
come on, 1 million. So what? 1 million subscribers online for what? Clout? Don't make sense.
Yeah, so Ready or Not, if you don't know what that is, I've live streamed it a few times. It's a tactical game where you play as kind of like a SWAT team, and it's very strategic, very tactical. You know, they put you in an area. You have to go through the whole level, either clear out the terrorists, you know, the bad guys, whatever. And you know, it's
The
one of those
PC
games.
gamers.
Yeah, it's on PC only right now. It's one of those games where you could literally die in one shot, right? Like there's traps behind doors. You gotta, you know, use all the tactical equipment you have. Check under doors. Check for traps. Check your corners. Dudes could be anywhere. They got knives, guns, all this stuff, right? It's very realistic. Like if you search it on YouTube right now, you'll find real SWAT guys and people who are trained for this. They actually play this game and they do call outs like how they would in real life. And it's a whole thing. They do it with this game and a bunch of other realistic games. So they put out a level, I guess, on the anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting. I didn't even know it was the anniversary. And I doubt that was their intent.
Come on, bro.
No, but bro, they're where are they based in? They're not based in the U.S.
What the fuck they got to do with it? The nigga that killed them niggas wasn't based in the U.S. He was a fucking Islamic goddamn.
But I'm saying, do you really think that? Listen, I didn't know
that they did that shit on purpose. That's not a coincidence, bro. One of the deadliest fucking mass murders and come on, bro.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Jack. Name me the last 3 murders in the UK.
I don't fucking know.
Exactly. So why would you expect developers who aren't American to have their
but that was
quote unquote on the pulse?
Because for one reason, this shit happened like the week of E3, the year that it happened. And I remember, y'all don't remember this. There was an Xbox guy, right? I remember there was an Xbox guy that said he wished the shooter would have diverted from there and went to the Sony press conference instead. I remember this, which I actually laughed. I'm a piece of shit. I laughed at it. I'm sorry, but you remember they did that whole Just Dance shit at the beginning as a tribute to those people that lost their lives. Dude killed like what 40-something people, 60-something, some crazy number of people, bro. But that was real entwined with. As a matter of fact, Red Dead Redemption 2 was rumored to be at Sony's press conference that year. I believe that was 2016. But they said that he was shooting people in the saloon and they ain't want to be insensitive to it. Y'all remember that story came out too? I remember all that shit, man.
I remember that.
I didn't even know they did it on the anniversary. I just thought they removed it because it was just a club.
Yeah, I didn't know it was the anniversary neither. I was like, that was fucked up. But when
that's what I'm saying. There are news. If we didn't know, why are we assuming this studio that's not even based in the U.S. knew?
Because it's like, damn, why would you drop it on that day? It kind of seems suspicious, I guess.
Because nobody knows. I couldn't even tell you the days Sandy Hook or Columbine.
Exactly. There's so many shootings. I don't know what date none of these happened.
The only day people look, and here's also a thing. If it wasn't called 9/11, people wouldn't remember what day it was on.
But if they did know, that's still a hell of a coincidence.
Because my counter argument is like, if they're gonna take that game off, is Modern Warfare 2 still on Steam? Because that game has a level you shooting people up in the airport. So like, how could you have one game on there and not the other? So I don't know. It's kind of strange how they could just pull that game off when there's like lots of other games where like you're doing the same shit and mass shooting events like brought to real life or sorry in the game itself. So I don't know. That's kind of strange. As Steam.
You know why? I'm gonna coin a saying right now. We've all heard of white privilege, right? That something that BG talks about. People say it doesn't exist, right? We all agree about that.
I remember
Coining it right now, a regular privilege.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a license issue.
It's a thing.
That's what someone just posted.
Oh no, that's definitely a thing. Absolutely, of course.
BG even posted a link of some irregular privilege today. I saw.
So
a couple days ago.
According to this report, it had nothing to do with the shooting. It says a takedown request was issued via Steam concerning a suggested trademark infringement in the nightclub. So it didn't have anything to do with the Pulse shooting. It was a trademark infringement.
Regardless of that, I still feel like they knew that shit.
That's a crazy coincidence. Like I know that's
a hell of a coincidence. I mean, I don't care if the game got removed or not. I just think that is definitely a crazy coincidence, and I can definitely see people being offended by that. I can. I know it's not popular to, like Lucas said on our podcast this week, it's not popular to act like other people have feelings or to act like you have feelings, but I can see people being offended by that. I can't.
But the thing is, the U.S. has so many mass shootings at this point. Right.
To keep up.
Not obviously not all that happened in 1 year, but they have so many. You could a random developer could easily drop something insensitive at this point.
True, that's true.
On any
now,
day.
Now what if next week they put the game back on there and they got it where you shooting up a fucking grocery store?
It's back up. It's back up, by the way.
The Obi-Wan episode had to release a disclaimer because they were killing kids in the episode, and the shooting just happened at the school. So they had to
put a disclaimer on Stranger Things season 4 because of that.
Stranger Things had the same thing.
Damn.
Crazy.
Who was killing kids in Obi-Wan? Vader?
Yeah, Order 66. Yeah.
I mean, but he did that in the Clone Wars. They're like, Anakin.
They show it in the show.
And he ignited that lightsaber on them.
They show it
come
actually
on, it's
in
Star
Obi-Wan
Wars, man.
show, so, yeah,
I mean, I've watched it. I've seen it, but I didn't think anything of it. I mean, he's a villain. He's supposed to be.
You know how people are gonna react.
Vile,
that shit is filmed way before that shit happened anyway. They just gotta let you know.
If they didn't put that disclaimer out, someone was gonna complain, and then they'd have to do a PR walk back. So that's why. Yeah, you gotta get out ahead of that shit like that. Even though it had nothing to do with what happened in Texas, you kind of have to just do it in the way how the society is today. People are gonna get pissed, and then they're gonna have to do a whole PR shit. It's not worth the issue. So I get why they did that shit.
Here's my thing: the people that get pissed are broke. Because here's the reality. What's Tom Cruise's most popular movie? Top Gun. And Top Gun don't say nothing about that shit. They say, fuck y'all, we doing what we want to do. So, yeah, to me, that actually makes sense. Broke niggas complain the most. Don't believe me? Look at Xbox fans.
Oh, man.
Hey, Mono, what are they? That's fine.
You see how I just drew that around, right, Jack?
That was fire.
Came full circle.
Yes, sir. That was
like, you want to like broke people complain because here's the thing: well-off people that got money, they don't have it. They're living good. They don't need to complain. You only complain when you're the bottom of the barrel, got nothing better to do. Come on, let's be real. Rich people, wealthy people, well-off people, they don't complain. Only broke niggas.
Well, go ahead, Tussle.
No, I was just gonna say, before I leave this time, y'all see the 343 debacle that happened over the weekend?
Yes, let me bring that up now. So
we gotta talk about.
What do you call them? We don't call them 343 here. We call them 043.
You're right. 043. My fault. Let me pay respect. My bad, man.
So,
is that a coincidence too, BG?
Does no. No, listen.
You want me to tell everybody what happened at 343 Studios?
They're a US. They're in the US. Ain't they in Washington? Okay. And listen.
Yeah.
I give a small indie studio in New Zealand, right, the benefit of the doubt that wasn't on purpose. But you in Washington, you under Microsoft, like y'all got money to have like, racial, the consultants that tell you, like, listen, you can't do this. You're gonna offend a certain demographic, right? You got money for that, and that should be in everybody's.
Well, this is the same company that was like, we are celebrating blacks in gaming, right? I
had people tweeting me defending this shit, saying it was a autonomous fucking computer program that gives shit anonymous nicknames and code. No, bro. Stop this, bro.
Call us a baboon, right? They call black people baboons, right?
No, they call them an endangered ape.
Yeah, so let me just set it up real quick for those of you who don't know. Halo Infinite, they released a cosmetic, right, for Juneteenth. And the name of the cosmetic it was bonobo, right? And that translates to a rare ape, a species of ape, a great ape. So obviously, that's the racial undertone. That's not even an undertone. That's very directly, Juneteenth calling, the cosmetic an ape. They now changed it to freedom. And they claimed it was a mistake.
A long time after people start complaining, they said they didn't know. Like, bro, come on,
This is some the boy shit.
Yeah, you know what would have been even fun? You know what would have really been funny? I'm not gonna lie. If they changed the name instead of Adoba, if they called that shit Craig.
Yo.
Man, I got into a little back and forth with a YouTuber. My fault.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
No, I'm just saying I got into a quick little, let's say, disagreement with somebody on Twitter. I pretty much said, hey, they did that shit on purpose because there's no way, like, how does something like that make make it past QA. First of all, like it don't matter whether it's automatically generated or not. Like yo, somebody got to have like enough fucking sense to be like, yo,
You
we
see
can't
the
put
state
that
of
up.
that game. Of course, it went past QA.
Well, yeah, I feel you.
Okay,
I feel
hold
that
on.
too.
Matter of fact, people are stupid. How many people knew what the fuck a bonobo was? I didn't know what that was. But do you think somebody would have said like?
I thought it was de novo.
Yeah. So did they know or like? If I would have saw this one, because everything else probably had like regular names like octopus or table. Like what the fuck is a bonobo? I just think somebody would have looked that up. Like everything else is a real word. I've never heard of a bonobo. What is that? Let me check and see. I don't know, man. It's spooky over there, man.
Me neither. But that game did.
But Jack, yeah, that game is dead. But Jack, if you're saying that it wasn't a person, it was a racial computer algorithm, what's worse, a racist person or programming of a racist computer?
Yeah, who programmed that shit? That's the question. Jesus Christ.
So they got racist. So now
Actually
when I
became
worry,
self-aware.
I turn on Xbox, I got to worry about it being racist.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? The person that argued me about that, I went to his Twitter profile. I saw he was arguing people like King Thrash. I keep scrolling, and the nigga got the hashtag Justice for the TheActman. I said, you know what? I know what's going. I see what's going on.
No.
I clicked it off and said, let me go my business. I know what type of time he on. Right? I'm thinking he trying to make sense of all this shit. But hey, man, listen.
TheActman. Yo, y'all seen the video where he's just N-word this N-word, like, oh god.
He a wild boy. He definitely a wild
That's
boy.
just for the act.
Yo, is Bomb Body not for anybody else? He's
Yeah,
like,
he broke up.
you're breaking up a bit.
I'm still on Wi-Fi. Verizon comes out tomorrow. I'm at my new spot.
Okay. Look, listen. You know, I've never watched any of this TheActman stuff, and I've never seen anything about it.
I only saw his video when he was making fun of like PlayStation Twitter community. That's the first video I saw of him.
I've never seen anything. Like I literally I don't know anything that's happened.
I don't know.
Hey, that's a racist white dude.
The only thing I know, it all started from like an Elden Ring review that the other dude had. That was like a bad review or some shit, and they started going back and forth, and then it escalated to all this shit. So that's the only thing I know.
Yeah, I don't know who that Quantum dude. I don't know TheActman. I don't know QuantumTV. I have no idea.
He reviews television. I don't know how the fuck he got in the gaming community.
I don't know anything about either one of them. I just know crazy shit happened. Literally,
I'm Dr. Trey looking nigga that's bald headed that's causing us tizzy on.
Oh, he's bald.
Yeah, he's bald. Man.
He's
bald. And he look like Dr. Trey a little bit.
What I tell y'all niggas?
Hey man, you might be right, bro.
Hey man,
bro.
All right.
We know I'm right. How long have we been on this bald and black thing? Like, you know what? If I was bald and black right now, I would probably initiate some kind of class action lawsuit against Twitter and YouTube. Because I'd be tired of being defamed at this point.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Class action.
Barely.
What
about now?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Could be louder, but I hear you.
All right. I was just gonna. I can explain that whole quantum thing real quick because it's wild. Like I agree with Bond. They should have just got both of them out of here already. I don't know why it's taking them so long. But basically, what happened was Quantum made this Elden Ring review, and this dude doesn't review games. He's like reviews like televisions and like hardware. He made an Elden Ring review. He was one of those people saying how, oh, it's a challenging game, and he was like making fun of the community for liking a challenging game and the whole get good thing. And he basically said in the video, like, if you like these kind of games, you should kill yourself. That's what he said in the video.
Did he?
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking. I didn't know he said that. God damn.
He was saying all that. So, like, obviously, he got roasted online by all these people. And TheActman was one of them. He just made fun of the review like everybody else. But then because TheActman had a larger viewer base, they was all going back to Quantum, roasting them in the comments. So this man like made rebuttals in like a video and then messages, and they were just going back and forth. Quantum could not accept it. Oh, maybe I was wrong about this. So this man called. He doxed TheActman and found his mother's phone number. So he called TheActman's mother.
He called his mom. Yeah.
So he called TheActman's mother and was like telling her, "Look, this is important. A lot of people. We don't want anybody to get hurt in this situation." So he called this man's mom, and then from there it just went left. Then TheActman got on Twitter and he was like, okay, so now you're doxing me and all that. So TheActman basically said the equivalent of, if I see you, I shoot on sight. And he was saying that in self-defense because he was like, if we see you like at our house, we'll do that. But TheActman went ahead and
he threatened him with a quick encounter.
yeah, he was like, if we see you, we shoot on sight. So and TheActman said that to Quantum. So from there, just with all of that, TheActman and them going back and forth saying, "Oh, we might take you to court or whatever." And then the problem arises why there's this whole justice thing. It's because Quantum has gone around flagging anyone talking about him in a negative light, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's admitted to it. And he pretty much, you're supposed to get penalized for violating the copyright system. This man does it for anyone. He was false flagging anyone, who even pretty much mentioned his name in any way of a negative light. So yeah, TheActman's channel.
So they both a piece of shit, like Bond said. Because the TheActman had a spreadsheet of how many times he said nigger before. So I don't got no sympathy for nobody like that.
Yeah, like they're both terrible.
Yeah, they both pieces of shit. Fuck both of them. Like that's how I feel.
If you're gonna make a response video to this dude and you know the dude's false flagging, why do you keep doing it? Because all they did was blow his name up more, so he's gonna keep doing it. So
I said that too, Tourette.
To say justice for TheActman and get outrage culture on.
Yeah, these people are wilding with that, and I'm like, yo, these are both bad. Now I will say, Quantum's got way more. That man was saying wild stuff, like the whole pulse thing. This man made some video on Twitter recently. He said he can't be homophobic because he's a vegan. I'm like, huh?
I saw that dumbass shit. I saw that.
Von Red, I got a question.
Yeah.
Who was the cat where this initially started from? Because dude was a much smaller YouTuber. He did like game reviews, and he ended up catching steam, and QuantumTV attacked this dude first. He was like a young kid, right?
There was this guy called, I think his name was Mischief. And he started out like he had maybe like a few hundred subscribers. So then because he was one of the people that Quantum false flagged, TheActman and other people were like, hey, let's get this channel more subscribers than Quantum has. And they did. He's got way more than Quantum now.
Yeah,
so
he blew up.
That's crazy.
The Quantum's got this massive ego. Like this shit is wild. Like, this man cannot accept that he was wrong or went too far. So we're like, yo, the fact that he called this man's mom is wild. So that's the whole situation with that. And then the reason why there's the whole thing trending is because YouTube pretty much said we're siding with Quantum in this, and people are upset at YouTube because they're like, y'all are siding with this dude that his wished death on the LGBT community during Pride Month, and like that was the main thing there. People are like, what the heck is YouTube doing? So this dude pretty much just attacked Elden Ring fans. People roasted him. He got in his feelings, so he started false flagging, and more of the shit he done in the past came to light. And TheActman acting like he's some saint when this man's got multiple screenshots of him saying the N-word like it's just like a regular part of his language. YouTube should have got both of them out of here. I don't know what the heck they're doing. People are saying, oh, well, you can't get rid of TheActman. I agree. They should have got rid of both of them.
So it sounds like just some blue collar YouTube niggatry.
Yes, sir. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay.
Yo, where's Omega at?
Omega released a album this week.
I need Flagging and Snitching Volume 2.
Y'all hear Omega new album he put on the channel this week, man? It's kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude's meme on like NBA side of Twitter. I can't believe he outreached that far. That's crazy.
Who, Omega?
Yes, I saw like the shit about who's paying
what happened?
Retarded. That post was an NBA
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's dope.
I want to get back to gaming because this is wild. This is way out of my element. We're gonna get back to gaming now. All right, so let's see what I got. Let's do this. Talk about Starfield a little bit more, and then we'll get into the Final Fantasy stuff after, because we got some more details from the the Xbox and Bethesda after show, whatever they called it, that happened during the week. So just a rundown of a few things. Starfield will not have seamless flying, so you won't actually, manually land on planets. Some people said that's a big deal. Some people said it's not. I don't play these space exploration
That's a huge deal.
Yeah. That's
okay. Yeah. Some, there's different opinions out there. Aside from that, we're gonna talk about that. They claim there's gonna be 1,000 planets. silent protagonists. That's another thing. Some people said is bad or good, but I don't think that one's a big deal. In these type of games.
Yeah, because Fallout 4's voice protagonist.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and
that 1,000 Planet shit not a big deal neither. Niggas is being
and Outworld. I mean, Outer Worlds. Had a silent protagonist also, I think, and that didn't bother me. This is gonna have 200K lines of dialogue. The main quests are going to be 20% bigger than their past games. The main missions are going to be between 30 to 40 missions to complete. 4 main cities. New Atlantis is Bethesda's biggest city they've ever made. More handcrafted content than any other Bethesda game. And yeah, that's it. So going back to the whole seamless flying, I guess, Bond. Why? And I tried to find some people who are like real space exploration guys. Couldn't really find many of them. But yeah, why is that a big deal, I guess?
What's the game called, BJ?
Starfield.
Thank you. It's not called Planet Field. It's not called City Field. It's not called Ground Field. It's not called the Cotton Fields, even though it's an Xbox game. It's called Starfield. So am I wrong to expect that a game called freaking Starfield that you'd be able to transverse through the stars and space and solar systems or galaxies? Am I wrong to expect that?
No.
This game is supposed to release in November.
Call it Planet Field then.
So I just looked up online. No Man's Sky, as bare bones as that game was, launched back in 2016, and that was like one of the main features of the game.
Well, that was the main. Yeah, that was the feature of the game was just doing that.
And here we have one that's in a similar. Obviously, this isn't like a copy of No Man's Sky. There's elements that it clearly has that are in both games, but like, I don't see why they wouldn't have that. And like the thing that made me question it even more is when they were saying like, "Oh, this is a good thing for the player that we don't have the ability to land and fly into space at will." I'm like, huh? That like that's
of course they're gonna say that because they're not doing it, and that's the problem with Bethesda games, right? I played everyone since Morrowind, right? Like even Fallout, I played all of them. Is that since they try to be so big and ambitious, right? There's always going to be setbacks and drawbacks and compromises, and there's always going to be something that gets hit or hindered because of it, and therefore they try to do a jack of all trades. They end up making the games, like in my personal opinions, like more boring because the gameplay suffers from it because their gameplays are usually slow, clunky, and lackluster and stuff like that. So
and I get that, but like, could they not just give you the option?
Option to like
option to what?
Like the option to either like say, okay, put me in orbit, or just the option to pick up the ship and fly off.
That would be a lot of resources just to give someone an option because it might as well just don't give you the option at all. Just give you the.
So like I get that, but I guarantee within like 3 months of launch, there's going to be a mod that allows the exact same thing
right. Yeah.
About right now.
Well, it depends if it's just fast travel. You just click on a planet and you just teleport there into the orbit, and that's it. I think that's how this is going to go.
And then random people just all of a sudden decide to fight you in space. It's also completely stupid that you have an awesome feature in a starship that you can build, customize, upgrade. Not Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop shit, but nope.
It reminds me
of everything else.
I'm breaking up again.
Yeah, it's like they got everything else. They got the base building, the ship customization, the ship battles. I'm like, y'all couldn't add just like flying from planet to orbit, or just giving us the choice, the option to do it.
I think
I bet you I'll give them some bail. I went to the No Man's Sky Reddit, and the sentiment seemed to be it was cool for like the first 10 times, and then after that they got tired of it. So I'll shoot Bethesda some bail because I don't think that this is something that people actually care about, especially when you're going to 1,000 different planets. Like, yeah, it's cool at the beginning, but I mean, you got to go to like 300 planets. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's just, this is fake outreach to me. This is fake outreach. But
my thing is, it makes this game seem more like Destiny than anything.
I would rather have.
Yo, Bond, your mic is going.
I would rather have space travel than 1,000 planets. Like I said,
Yeah, you're breaking up, Bond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get what he said.
I'm on like
Yeah, no, you're bringing up
funky
pretty,
in a
I'm also
funky
gonna say,
area
like,
Wi-Fi.
I-
I'm
I-
saying I'd rather have space exploration than 1,000 planets. Come on.
Yeah.
or
Also
like a
gonna-
or like a solar system of like 9 planets that are actually like really unique and
Yep.
handcrafted and stuff like that. I understand that they said that they're
Yeah.
gonna that they're doing, you know, their most handcrafting that they did, or they're gonna have bigger cities than their previous games, but none of the Bethesda games really have big cities, so that's not really saying that much. They're
baseline is not that there. Like my thing is, they have 4 cities, and that's what they're going to focus on in the handcrafting thing. But the planets themselves, they didn't say shit about the planets being handcrafted.
No,
All
the
those-
planets aren't. And the funny thing about that whole 1,000 planets, if they're smart and they're using like some kind of basis off real life, you won't be able to land on a majority of those planets. They're going to be like they're going to be gas giants or like
it's gonna be like Mass
planets
Effect.
that can't
Let's bro, that 1,000 planet shit, that is fluff terms, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
People,
absolutely.
okay, you know, a game like Returnal could say, "Oh, we got 1,000 fucking biomes," right? Because it's procedurally generated.
Yeah.
What they not telling you is if a fucking rock moves placement, they count that as a variation. It's not gonna be anybody that has played any semblance of a roguelike game or a procedurally generated game. Hades is procedurally generated. They got thousands of levels, whatever. It always follows a similar traits, right? You know, if you see this thing right here, if I round the corner, this thing is gonna be right here. You know what I'm saying? It always follows. So it's not. It ain't what it seemed to be, man. It's not overwhelming. It's the same shit over and over again. It just,
I saw something from Jeff Grubb defending this. That was like probably the worst defense of anything I've ever heard. I was like, and people, and it had like 2,000 likes. I was like, all of you people liking this are absolute idiots. Like he pretty much said, it's a good thing because if you have planets that are 1,000 planets that are handcrafted, it ruins the pacing because like, okay, instead of everything having something there, you have some planets that have nothing. And then it kind of highlights the planets that have something on there. Dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, what?
He's pretty much saying it makes this like it makes the experience of exploration more heightened because you're going from planet to planet and you may not find nothing on this planet, but when you finally do something,
when you actually do,
it's gonna it's gonna heighten the experience. It's like I don't agree with that.
That's so dumb because he's talking about the pacing of exploring, right? And I'm like, nobody in history, right, in any exploration game, like any sandbox or open world game, has ever complained and been like, oh man, I went to so many different areas and been mad because it was dense. Too much density. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hey,
and I'm like, is this guy, like, come on, bro. And
that's going to ruin the pacing of the game for me personally, because if I'm going around and I fly to like 10 planets and there's nothing there, to me, I'm going to feel like that's a waste of time. Right. It's going to ruin the pacing.
And who
for me.
cares? And pacing honestly doesn't matter that much in exploration games. Like in story-driven games, yeah. But nobody cares about pacing that much in a exploration game. Like what? Come on, bro. I was like,
it's gonna be regarding the 1,000 planets thing. I think it's just gonna be like Mass Effect, where you have a lot of planets where I don't know if y'all played Mass Effect, but a lot of those planets were basically used just for resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you click on it and then you mine and that's it.
Yeah, you mine it for iron or whatever, and it's gonna be like that.
And that's
so
what they said in the preview. They were like, some of these planets are just like rich in like nickel, ice, copper, stuff like that.
yeah. So I'm expecting a Mass Effect kind of thing,
Well, like that,
which I don't have a problem with.
Those planets. Like I already know this is going to happen because they.
So my thing is, if those planets are going to be that not that dense, then why is the gameplay so stiff? So what are they really focusing on? Like to me, it's like, okay, you have 1,000 planets. They're all going to be empty. Why does the gameplay look like that? What are they putting?
They always been like that, and you know that's what I was saying. It's like like a lot of people are gonna be excited for this. This game is gonna blow up, especially on PC because of the mods, right? So a lot of the modding community is really gonna get their hands on it. But it's just they continuously have the same issues that I've always had for them personally. For me, that they've had since like Morrowind. It's just a slow ass clunky gameplay, and they never really improve upon that much. They They try to improve upon it a little bit, like in Fallout 4, but then they dumbed down the RPG mechanics. They added the buildings and all that shit. So I don't know. I just I just don't have confidence in Bethesda anymore like that. And they're always like they always have troubles with their tech, because their games always release buggy because they try to be super ambitious. So I think that procedurally generated shit mixed in with the bugs is gonna cause all sorts of types of deformities and shit like that, dog. That shit gonna be crazy.
Like people's heads on backwards.
Oh man,
bro,
Smoove just said like we've been to other planets.
Hey, Smoove, you can't defend Xbox from outside the podcast. All right, I'm just letting you know. Not on you. That's not allowed. You got to be in here if you're going to defend Xbox. And Smoove, stop this. Smoove don't play space exploration games.
Here's the problem with Smoove. You can't defend Bethesda if you've never beaten a Bethesda game.
You bought and bond, but we heard you.
Am I wrong?
Yes,
right or am I wrong?
You're wrong. I agree with that.
You're right. You're just buying a lot. But yeah, Smoove, listen, this is why we wanted Smoove to be in here today, because, we wanted to have an intervention. And he's in the sunken place. He's in the Xbox sunken place, man. And, we need to get him out because that's still our brother. And Smoove would not buy Starfield if it wasn't in Game Pass. I am 100% sure of that.
No, hell no. He don't like Bethesda game. He says that he's gonna try to beat one before Starfield comes out. I doubt it. He's gonna play it and he's gonna see that. Yeah, I don't really like this type of shit. He remember Smoove doesn't like games where they don't really guide you that much and they give you like infinite exploration. Like he likes to be guided and shit like that. So
games where you have to think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen, and dudes was making. Listen, dudes are fans, enthusiasts. They were making like 60. Y'all know who was making, and I don't got no problem with Colt and everything like that. But making his own 60 frames version of the Starfield gameplay. I'm like, ain't this their job? Am I tripping?
Hey, BT, don't get in the way between that man and his chick. Let him get that.
And listen, Colt is a great content creator. Don't get it twisted. I'm cool with Colt, but I'm like, sir, you should leave this up to them to be doing this. Why have they not put out a 60 frames version of this? And he's told me listen, he believes there's definitely going to be, because there's been also debate if the game is going to have run at 60 frames or have a 60 frames version. I think it will
have an option.
I believe it's definitely going to have an option. There's no way.
According to go ahead, B-Sabers, go ahead.
I said it's inexcusable if there isn't a 60 frames. I mean, it's a next gen only game. It's coming out in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's inexcusable for anyone to not have a 60 frames mode.
I don't think there's any way they release this game without 60 frames mode. I think it's impossible.
Hold on. Remember what Todd Howard says. He said he prefers the type of games that they make to be at 30. He feels like their games don't need 60 FPS like a racer or a sports game. That's what he said. Listen, for the sake of the Xbox gamers, I hope there's a 60 FPS option. But if there isn't, a lot of people are going to be exposed whenever they say that, I'm never going to play a 60 FPS game.
If there is not a 60
again.
frames option in this game is going to get roasted into oblivion. The Xbox and its whatever teraflops they be bragging about is going to be roasted into oblivion.
Has there been a game this generation yet that doesn't at least have an option for 60?
Not. I don't know what a PlayStation. Yes.
The only one was the Medium, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the only one that didn't have a 60 FPS
What
option.
during the showcase, 15 frames. That shit was chugging.
Yeah, I don't know. But every other game, I mean, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Horizon, all the other games have 60 FPS options.
Well, there will be a 60 FPS option, everybody. PC. It'll just be on PC.
Oh, yeah, of course, the PC. That's what I'm saying. It's going to do well on PC. It's going to do way better on PC.
I'm wondering what the S is going to run it at, 1080p.
Ooh, I never thought about that. That's going to be rough.
This is going to be the biggest draw. That's the most.
That's probably why they don't have seamless flying, because they got to fit it on the S.
Yeah, that's the most common SKU sold, right? That's most of the Xbox sales is the S.
I'm calling it right now. The highest resolution of that game on S will be 900p.
That's a shame.
I'll give them 1600p for the S.
It's gonna be 900p.
No,
30, or,
no, no,
720p
no way.
60.
I fall in. Fuck me.
It's not gonna be higher than 1440 at the most.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Say 1600, man. I got faith in them boys.
That's gonna be
I can't
fighting
even
for
say
his
that with a
life
straight
playing
face.
that game.
Give Microsoft the benefit of the doubt. They always fail. So
Yeah,
this is
I keep doing it, and they never prove me right.
You know, it might be wild. What if they, because they said they were going to do this for the Xbox One. What if they make it to where on the S you can only stream it?
Oh no!
Oh shit!
I'm actually, I think that's gonna start happening with some of these multiplayer games going forward, but that's neither here or there.
I know they said they're going to start doing that for like Xbox One and One X, so that they get the like better version. But like, imagine if Starfield is just too powerful for the Series S.
And
they're getting optimized horribly. So
I don't
This is
think
Bethesda.
I don't think this game comes out until like fall of next year. I don't think this is a spring game. I think this is fall of next year.
it's 12 months, so it better come out by June next year. That's what they said, right?
Nah, yeah. Well, they say
didn't
they're
give a
aiming
release
for that. They're aiming for the next 12 months with all these games that they're showing. But they say that, but like that's not gonna happen. Some of these games are gonna get delayed. So
Hellblade and that shit's been. I don't even know.
Hellblade wasn't there, so I think that low key confirmed that's not coming out in the next 12 months.
yeah, but Todd Howard, remember what Fallout 76, right? And I know people say, well, they weren't the ones that make it. It was still their engine, right? He said that it doesn't matter. Remember when they were damage controller for Fallout 76? He said it doesn't matter how it launches, right? As long as you continue support and how it finishes or whatever. So I can still see them releasing the game even when it's not ready.
Rainbow Six Siege got developers fucked up. Everyone thinks they could just launch the game fucked up and then it'll become better later because Rainbow Six Siege did it.
And No Man's Sky and Final Fantasy 14 and
games are like the exceptions to the rule. Most
Sea of
games launch,
Thieves.
it does not come back.
Sea of Thieves didn't launch fucked up. So
Oh, that boy Smoove.
Happy
Well,
Father's
lack
Day,
lack of content is but
Now there was a developer. I don't remember. I seen an article. It might have been game industry where a developer said that nobody's trying to be the next Cyberpunk. I don't know if y'all seen that article. Like,
is he breaking up for y'all too?
he's breaking up for me too. I think it's Discord overall that's fucking up.
Yeah, might have too many people in here, honestly.
No.
Go ahead, B Staples. What you were saying?
I said the article. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, BG, you can change. You can change the server, BG. You can change the server, bro.
All right, hold on. Jack, actually, let me see. Where the hell is that again? In server settings.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna
Yeah,
change.
you do.
Wait, someone said I'm botting too. Am I botting?
No,
I'm
you're
gonna change.
fine.
Let me see.
No, you're fine. But Smoove, what are your feelings? Why Smoove? You don't care about Starfield.
Nah, I didn't care about Starfield, but now that I saw it, I think it looks pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
So you care about space exploration games now?
Oh no, absolutely not.
So just Starfield.
Just Starfield, yeah. I mean, because all the space exploration games that have come out so far have been either boring or relied heavily on just being in the ship, and I don't like flying in video games. And so if I don't like.
And what do you think Bethesda games are? Most of them are boring to play. The fun part about them are the exploration and dynamic world. But most of them are boring to play.
Smoove, you're not gonna like this because you don't like
got
RPGs.
guns. I like RPGs. I have no issues with RPGs.
Smoove, you beat Outer Worlds?
Yes.
Did
I
you
beat
like
that shit
it?
twice.
Oh wow, nice.
And the expansions.
Yeah, but Obsidian's better. Obsidian actually makes fun gameplay. Like Outer Worlds was definitely better for me personally than Fallout 4. I know other people will say differently, but I'm actually more excited about Outer Worlds and shit like that than Bethesda's, Starfield.
Well, Starfield's closer than Outer Worlds 2 is, but yeah, if they were both fairly close or anything, then yeah, I'd be no Outer Worlds all the way because I think even to that thing, Outer Worlds will probably ultimately be a better game for me.
Smooth,
than
play
what
play
Starfield
play
is.
Fallout 4, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with Bethesda's gameplay. Play and beat Fallout 4 before Starfield comes out.
Yeah, but the
That's the
thing
goal.
is, Smooth, like, you're not gonna like Starfield, bro. Listen,
How you know, though?
I beat Outer Worlds, and I don't like space exploration games, but that's
But Outer
why I
Worlds is
like
a
Outer
space
Worlds.
exploration game, though. It's not a space exploration.
Yeah, it's not
game.
really. Yeah,
It's not your thing though, Smooth. It's not. We know what's going on, man.
Why do you say that? Why do you think? Why can't Starfield be a game for me?
No, I just don't see it. I don't see it, man.
because
And
Smooth, you don't play like what type of game? What other like huge open world RPGs?
Smoove
like
has
Bethesda?
never beaten a Bethesda RPG.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Starfield could be the first.
Not a Fallout, not an Oblivion, not an Elder Scrolls, not a Skyrim, what nothing.
So I ain't gonna take much. All I gotta do, I guarantee you, before the end of this calendar year, I will beat one of those games. I'll beat one of those games.
Is that a bet?
It's a guarantee.
I'll bet you won't beat Starfield before the end of the year.
But wow.
Yeah.
Smooth.
You down?
I think Smooth is gonna force himself to beat Starfield.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's gonna enjoy it.
Isn't this the same guy that tweeted that like Bethesda games are all boring trash or something?
Yes, that's that same. Yep.
Smooth.
Change, man. Times
Smooth,
change.
let me ask you, because you're my brother, man. So I need to know. I need to make sure you're not like joking, trolling. Because I believe you're just falling into your villain role because because it pisses people off, and you're like, you're at your heel part of your career, right? So the things you tweet, right, about these games that you also in the same tweet make it very clear that you don't care about and you don't like. Do you mean these things? I just want to make it clear for the record. Do you mean the things you say?
Like, what do you mean? Like, I mean a lot of the things that I say.
Okay, specifically advocating for games that you do not like to come to Xbox.
Yes, I do mean that. I want games to come to Xbox.
Told you.
Okay,
Whether
now
I
that
wanna
we've
play
made
it or
that
not.
clear, we can go off on this nigga. All right, I just want to know
I
that.
told y'all, man. I told y'all.
I just needed the green light because let's get right into the Final Fantasy Anniversary.
Okay, that garbage. Okay.
So Final Fantasy Anniversary, it was like 10 to 15 minute little not even a show, just like they're
Yeah,
just
it was
telling us what's coming.
the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, which made me feel old as shit. But go ahead.
Yeah, telling us what's on the horizon, right? So Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to Steam. It was already on the Epic Game Store. There was some Final Fantasy VII merchandise. There was the First Soldier, which is update, which is a Final Fantasy mobile game. There was Ever Crisis, which is it's like that's also a mobile game, also, right? So nobody really cared about that early stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The final two things was Final Fantasy Crisis Core, which is a remaster or remake of the PSP game. That's going to Xbox and PlayStation.
On everything.
Everything but Switch.
Yeah.
No, it's on Switch.
Oh,
It's on everything. Yeah, I think it's on everything.
It's on everything.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's more of a remaster.
Yeah. And Final Fantasy, we learned that the Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 is going to be called Final Fantasy Rebirth, and there's going to be three parts now. We know that. And that is not, the Rebirth is still, and the remake is still not going to Xbox, and that made Xbox fans upset. They were talking about boycotting something that they never supported before. They
Someone
were
called
tweeting.
Square Enix racist.
Yeah, they were tweeting Phil Spencer and Xbox and Square Enix, and they were just going off, and it's to the point where they were. It's so funny because these dudes don't play these Final Fantasy games, because for one, they were like throwing away Crisis Core like it was some trash vaporware mobile game or something. Like they were treating Crisis Core like it was just some no-name game. Where even though I didn't play it, I always knew about it because I don't play handheld games. I've heard nothing but great things. Always heard nothing but great things about Crisis Core from the people who played it. So I knew what it was. But they talk about it like it's just scraps and crumbs that's Square is giving them. Well, maybe you should look at this as like some type of test because they want to see if y'all even support that game, right? But nevertheless, we know they don't care about no damn Final Fantasy, bro. The people who claim they upset and they boycotting it, they're saying they're never gonna buy another Square Enix game again. The ones who even have PlayStations, right? The dudes who be like, I have all platforms, I have all consoles because I'm a gamer and I refuse to miss out on any experience. The same ones that have PlayStations are upset about this. Well, why do you have a goddamn PlayStation?
Wild.
We are confused. We thought being a multi-console owner was for this exact purpose. So you're mad that you bought a console for a purpose and now you got to use it for that purpose. I am confused. What is happening,
that's
bro?
how you know. That's how you know that's how you know it's mainly fake. Right? It's more fanboy shit. It's more like they're trying to see this as like something immoral because since it's a third party company that Sony doesn't own. Right, they feel like there's no reason why the game should skip Xbox, but these are the same people that are completely okay with Xbox buying publishers and taking things out of PlayStation, and hold on, and they try to spin it around to make it seem like that's better than PlayStation making deals with a franchise when the last Final Fantasy game that came out, Final Fantasy 15. It was a 90-10 split worldwide. Xbox barely bought that game, right? So Square Enix not putting Final Fantasy on Xbox, right? They're not missing out on much because whatever PlayStation paid them is going to cover the little bit of sales that Xbox already that these Xbox fans aren't going to buy it because especially now since they expect every single game the game to come to Game Pass.
Math.
It's retarded math. No, it's not retarded math, especially when every right? Because before, like Final Fantasy VII, right? Because I've been telling people for 2 years it's not coming to Xbox because one, they have a deal with Sony, and two, Square Enix said that they want the development for these parts. They don't want to take forever to bring them out. They want it to go as smooth and as fast as possible.
That's their problem. They're the ones that developed the game.
And the best way to do that is to focus on one platform at a time.
They're not focusing on one platform. They're focusing on the
yes,
PC
they are.
That's not one platform.
Yeah, but
it never goes to PC.
It doesn't go to PC until a year later.
They got to build it. So they got to build it on the PC to port it on the PlayStation just to say, "Oh, we."
No, they build it. They build it on the
PlayStation.
It's not
so that game's only just capable. The PlayStation is just some unicorn that fucking can.
The reason a lot of PC ports come out unoptimized and not right.
Yeah, honestly, just like other developers have said, right? When you make multi-platform, there's drawbacks for that. But honestly, Smoove. Because this is like personally my favorite game and they're remaking it, like I want them to focus on the one platform to raise up the quality. Just like Todd Howard says, not bringing it to PlayStation raises up the quality. I don't want. No, that's not a lie.
They suck at developing games.
No,
if they're gonna say that, they suck at developing games.
No. I can show you multiple developers.
But I can show you multiple developers that release multiple quality games across multiple platforms.
No, but
not on Microsoft.
But they're not higher quality.
It doesn't have to be Microsoft. But I'm saying Square Enix sucks as a developer if they're going to use that as a crutch. They suck.
Why you want Final Fantasy then?
I don't want that piece of shit.
Okay, so why
are you upset there, bro?
Because it's the principle. It's like I don't like how these publishers and developers just eat
these publishers can't take principle. They can't cash in on principles. They can't take principle to the bank.
Let me ask Smoove a question. How did you feel when it?
PG, hold on. Let me tell you. BG, question this. Let me see. All right. So you rather $0 versus, let's say, $900,000. You rather $0 from this group of people rather than possibly $900,000 for this group of people.
They weren't buying games.
They weren't. Sony's paying that difference though. They're investing the money.
They're paying that difference.
Wait, hold on. This one doesn't. How do you think Game Pass works though?
for Xbox not to be competition, I mean they're willing to pay extra money to keep a game off Xbox. If Xbox aren't gonna buy it in the first place, why spend the extra money to keep it off?
But Smoove, do you realize Game Pass works somewhat similarly to what you're talking about is garbage?
No, because most games on Game Pass still release on PlayStation without a problem.
Right, but Microsoft fronts them a certain amount of money to put it in Game
release
Pass.
it in the service, but it can still get released and people can buy it on PlayStation.
No one's buying that on Game Pass full price. That's a problem. So they're gonna make more money with people buying it full price.
I don't care how much them niggas gonna make. Somebody it doesn't matter.
That's the problem.
They do.
They're making more money putting it on
Developers, the publishers do.
How are they making more? So you're telling me by
Because
releasing the game? Wait, listen
$70
to this. By releasing the game on Xbox and on PlayStation, they won't make more money on PlayStation because it exists on Xbox?
No, they won't.
Don't buy games.
So because the game exists on Xbox, that would stop PlayStation users from buying the game. Are you saying that?
It's gonna stop Square Enix from making money because guess what?
How?
Because if it's on Game Pass,
it costs money to port the game.
First of all,
okay. I wonder. Okay.
Smoove,
It costs money. It cost the amount of money that it would cost
to port that shit on.
Smoove,
PC.
the amount of money that it would cost to port the game would not offset the profits that they would make from putting it in Game Pass. Is what they
It's
saying.
gonna cost them a couple $1 million to port that game from
okay.
to Xbox.
The money don't make. It's the same. It's the same reason Fury did not get an Xbox One.
Hold up, y'all.
The motherfuckers is bums. That's why that didn't come to Xbox. They bums.
So everybody that don't come to Xbox is bums. Is your
They're either bum, inadequate, or inefficient.
Let me ask you a
It's one of
question.
them.
Let me ask you a question. How did you feel back in the day when it took a game like Dead Rising 1 like 3 or 4 years to come to PlayStation? The DLC never ended up coming. Dead Rising 3 never ended up coming. Dead Rising 4 was exclusive for you. You didn't have a problem with any of this, did you?
What are you talking? Like I didn't
Tomb
play
Raider
on
with
PlayStation.
You
So I
didn't
know
have a problem. Were they
Yeah,
bums too? Because they ain't put the game on play. Were they bums too?
that's a
Yeah,
Japanese.
with Tomb
I
Raider.
wasn't playing on PlayStation.
You have a
so I
problem with
wouldn't
Tomb
know.
Raider.
So
You had a problem with Tomb Raider being exclusive for a year. The money had in that. They wasn't bums then, were they? Like, come on, man. What we talking about?
The difference is, right? For every game that Xbox is able to money hat, PlayStation has about 15. And it's not a problem.
Bro,
Okay, that's an Xbox. That's an Xbox problem. though.
They bought two
Some sort of
publishers.
backlash.
Sony's broke,
Alright,
right?
let
So
me-
that's an Xbox problem. They got $2 trillion company.
Let me
Like,
let
what
me
the
interrupt
hell?
real quick. Smoove never bought the original Xbox, but bought the 360, where Microsoft was money hatting everything.
They were.
So what's the problem?
That's how. As a matter of fact, that's how.
BioShock.
Bro.
Call of Duty mats came first.
Oh no! Fuck all that. That's why Xbox is in the position it is right now. All their major games were purchased second-party games. They did not own Halo at first. I mean, they didn't own 343 at first, right? Not 343. Bungie. Bungie. They paid Bungie. They didn't own the Gears of War franchise until 2013. They didn't own Epic Games. Like, bro, come on, man. Forza, then they just bought the Forza Horizon devs. Like, bro, they always buying shit, bro. But now it's an issue. Y'all are ridiculous.
And going back to
From
Final
what
Fantasy.
I didn't recall is Final Fantasy owned by PlayStation? Is Square Enix?
Who said it was?
I'm saying the minute PlayStation buys Square Enix, and Lord willing, I hope they do, because I'm sick of this bullshit. Because Square Enix ain't good
Why?
for shit. Because I'm sick of them niggas existing. They shouldn't exist
Because they're not putting games that you don't care about that you're not.
I got one more question, Smoove. How did you feel when Square Enix approached Xbox to put Final Fantasy 14 on the platform, and they said you can't put it on the platform because Xbox is a closed platform and we don't support crossplay? How you feel about that?
That was a different Xbox back then.
It was a different Xbox back then, right? They ain't give a fuck.
What's stopping them from buying a non-online game on Xbox?
Yo, can we all
You're breaking up, Bron. You broke up. Yeah.
around the bush? The reason the game ain't coming to you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. The reason these games don't come to Xbox is because the return on investment isn't high enough. Y'all niggas don't buy games. If they announced that game for Xbox, it wouldn't be people being excited to buy the game. It'd be people saying, "When's it come to Game Pass?"
Exactly, Bond.
You know, that's actually not correct. And I hate how the fuck
VII,
y'all take fucking opinions and just bloated fucking statements and
the
claim it as
PC
true.
we have the
It's not
data.
true. It's not
It is
saying you
true.
don't have the data. You don't.
Wait,
Wait,
Smoove, you know who has the data? You know who has the data? Square Enix. That's what they make the decision based off of.
No, they didn't. They didn't make the decision.
They don't have the data?
If that's the case, they walked out with a bag when they put freaking Outriders in Game Pass. You telling me they can't do the same thing with Final Fantasy VII?
Because they're gonna make that
Outriders.
They send Outriders
I don't
up
want
to
to
the
hear
house.
anything about investments
America.
where people are being paid up front when they put their
that
games
game
in Game
costs
Pass.
more to develop though than Outriders. So that game out front, out the box, Sony's gonna like get them more money, keep it exclusive, rather than Microsoft paying them like what a little fee just to put it on their Game Pass.
And the
when
PC
they
No, it was probably cheaper for Final Fantasy since
How do you know that?
internal
You
because
know
it's
that.
an internal studio doing Final Fantasy, whereas
Smoove.
Outriders was another studio that
the
wasn't
most-
owned by Square Enix that did that,
the
which
most-
they
Yeah,
had
the
to
Outriders
they
didn't
had to
have
get
the
the
same
bill for.
budget.
Final
They
Fantasy
have the
VII.
same
The
budget.
PC
They have the
version of
same
Final
budget.
Fantasy
All right,
VII.
all right.
Seven Remake had a bigger
Pro-analysts,
budget than Outriders.
All right, niggas.
Smoove, the
Release the
PC
game.
version.
Show me your numbers.
The PC version of Final Fantasy VII is literally like a bare bones port to the point where like Digital Foundry said it was like one of the worst ports in recent time.
Oh yeah,
was
they put the
porting it-
unpatched version on there.
Yeah, they put out like the debug version of the PS4
Yeah, they did. They
dev
did.
kit on, and that's the PC version. So they obviously didn't spend money on it. So if they were to spend more money and make a comparable version on Xbox, they probably wouldn't have made that much of a return on investment. Because unless it's in Game Pass, people are like, I'll wait for a sale. I'm not interested. Like,
gave the dudes a chance, bro. Since Final Fantasy 13, they gave Xbox dudes a chance to buy the games, and they haven't bought them. So it's been what 13 has been on there, 14, 15, and they don't buy the games. Y'all had 3 games to buy the fucking games, and you guys didn't buy
14
them.
wasn't
I
wrong.
hate these loose
Sorry,
statements,
wasn't
bro.
on
I
it.
hate these loose
It's
statements.
not on the game,
How
though.
is it a new IP like Scarlet Nexus was able to sell on Xbox, but you're telling me
They had marketing rights for
Xbox?
Xbox.
Bro, Scarlet Nexus.
So now you believe
No.
in marketing rights? Okay.
Scarlet Nexus sold a million total on all platforms. We don't know the
Yeah,
split.
it's not that impressive. Like, Smooth.
And
Okay.
it reached 2 million.
Push that?
It reached 2 million players, right? Because of Game Pass, but that doesn't mean much. That means that another million motherfuckers didn't buy the game.
didn't Scarlet
That's all that
Nexus
means.
sell more on PlayStation 2, even with those marketing rights?
Yes, it's sold more on PlayStation, even with the
Bruh.
market.
Exactly. Smooth, let me ask you something.
Move. Have you even ever beaten a Final Fantasy game?
No, never.
No.
He's never.
No.
We
he's
know
never.
he doesn't care.
I don't really
We know he
care
doesn't
about
get-
Final Fantasy. It's the
Yeah.
principle. It's just
He-
stupid.
That's
It's fake morality. It's fake morality.
That
That's
It's not
principle is
fake morality. I
nonsense.
actually mean what I say, though.
Smooth,
That's not
smooth.
fake. I mean it.
Smooth.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart. So there's nothing fake about it.
I told you, BG.
Smooth, let me
What I
ask you
tell
a
you?
question.
What I tell you in the beginning,
Smooth.
BG.
Principle
Smooth.
doesn't mean anything. That's worthless. Who cares? It's not about principle, bro. That's
Business.
not how they no publisher makes a decision based on principle. Well, since
sense.
when?
Believe it or not,
and-
most
Bottom
do.
line, man, and the bottom line is
Most competent ones do.
No, so
unless
you,
you're
no, so
screaming,
you know
so-
it is not. When companies actually make decisions based on principle, it's because they're in last place and they need to look good, so they need more people. to come
Ooh,
back.
that's heat.
Virtue
That's what Sony
signaling.
did.
Exactly.
That's what Sony did during the PS3.
So
That's
releasing
what Xbox has been
multi-platform
doing the
games
last
is
2
virtue
generations.
signaling. That's what that is?
No, what you're
No.
saying
Wait.
that them doing it based on principle would be virtue signaling.
That's what Sony did during the
I think
PS3
it's corny.
generation.
Niggas make a game fucking 20 years ago. They fucking couldn't get up. They couldn't make a game better than that. So
But
they remake it with a trilogy 20 years later. That's the most garbage, corniest, milked up shit I've ever seen. Like,
Xbox is
I don't
no-
understand.
Even though you never played them. Yeah.
it's not the big
I
deal.
don't need to
That
never have played them. That is corny. Niggas literally, how long was the first game to begin with for them to make 3 games out of it?
This
You
is
don't
imagining Smooth.
I
not a
never
one-to-one.
understood how a person that's never beaten a Bethesda or a Final Fantasy RPG is the loudest person among
Yeah,
both of
I
them.
The
don't get
loudest person.
No,
The
I
loudest
don't get
person.
And the thing
It's
is,
crazy.
isn't Crisis Core coming to Xbox anyway?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
throwaway garbage. Yes.
See, but look,
Yeah,
that's
see?
It's not
Exactly.
see?
Got him.
Yo, Xbox dudes are literally their own demise, and they don't even realize it. That y'all are literally the reason why y'all are upset. Y'all ruin everything for yourselves, and then y'all scream at the rest of the world. Like, you know that meme where dude like shoots somebody, and he's like, "Why would they do this?" And it's Xbox niggas doing everything. It's y'all fault. Why are y'all mad at the rest of the world?
Because my thing is that why, if you're gonna do that, why not just put the game that they actually want on it? Like, why?
It's not worth it.
Why is it not? How do you, even 2 years later? Even 2 years later,
Because
it's still not working.
Because y'all want it in Game Pass. Y'all want it in Game Pass.
Waited about a half a decade.
And you're not gonna play that shit either.
Check to do
I
that.
guarantee you I will. Huh? I guarantee
Put money on it.
Yes.
That you'll beat the game.
No, nigga, that I'll play it. That I'll play it.
You gotta be.
You said no. You said I won't play it. I'll put money where I'll play
Smoove,
it.
let me ask you something, right? Before Game Pass existed, right?
Yep.
The sales of Final Fantasy games on Xbox were noticeably much lower than what they were on PlayStation, right? Like really low. Now, in a Game Pass culture where Xbox dudes are now indoctrinated to buy even less, how do you think Final Fantasy games are going to sell now when they weren't selling before?
Bro, that's for them to worry about. Just
No, exactly.
That's all he said.
But why do y'all care how much it sells on Xbox? To release on Xbox. Why should y'all-
Bro, they still gotta make money, bro.
Why do you care how much money they make?
We don't. They care. We don't.
We understand why Square Enix is not putting the game on there though. That's the thing.
All right, so why is anybody releasing any games on Xbox then? Why?
Microsoft.
Great question. Great fucking question.
I don't fucking know.
No, but Smoove. Other games sell okay on Xbox, but these type of games don't sell that well.
Every game is not made the same. You can you can put Outriders on Game Pass. You know why? Because Outriders is a co-op third-person shooter, which has a better chance of selling on Xbox or being worth it on Xbox than Final Fantasy. And Outriders still didn't apparently benefit that well from being on Game Pass.
It still flopped.
It still flopped horribly.
And the niggas who like JRPGs already have PlayStation. So I'm like, yo,
That's another thing.
And
PlayStation
they
and
have a
Switch.
Switch.
It actually didn't flop. They just got
Yeah, how are you a diehard Final Fantasy fan and you end up on the Xbox primarily? How the fuck did that even happen? Like,
Yo, Jack, that was my other point, bro. Nobody who is a not only Final Fantasy fan, nobody who is a real fan of JRPGs is going to be a primary Xbox owner. It does not exist. It is a oxymoron. It doesn't make sense.
But the ecosystem, remember that dumb shit people like to say, like because they want a green menu screen. It's fucking stupid.
Bro, my primary platform
is
is
the same shit though.
Listen, my primary platform is PlayStation. I have a Switch. When Shin Megami Tensei 5 came out, it's only exclusive to the Switch. I wasn't like, oh, they need to put it on PlayStation because Part 3 was on PlayStation a lot. No, I bought that shit day one, beat it, and it was that.
What's
like,
that other
I have the
Square
platform.
Enix Switch game?
Triangle Octopath Traveler.
Triangle Strategy. That's
I don't see PlayStation dudes want it on PlayStation, but I don't see boycotts and outrage.
Yeah, we're not voting. I still bought the game. I bought the game on Switch.
It's rare that PlayStation doesn't get any games, right? All we're asking for is games that go to everybody else.
Got no games. Okay.
And all they're asking for is you to spend your damn money.
They gotta earn it by selling it to me. If you don't sell it to me,
Then it flops on the console.
No, I can't buy your shit if it's not on my console.
You didn't buy it before.
It was on the console.
How you know?
Because
Smoove,
you know most Final Fantasy games are on Xbox now, right?
Yeah, I got a couple of them.
Yeah, y'all didn't buy
How many did you beat?
None of them, but I got a couple of them.
You got them because
Exactly.
Attic is a Final Fantasy.
No. I bought like a couple of them during my.
Oh, really?
This is
Nice.
pre-Game Pass when I used to buy almost every game that came out and kind of just doomed myself.
Attic is a Final Fantasy fan that's on Xbox. But the thing is, there's not enough addicts on there for them to really look at it.
Yeah,
Attic is a rare breed.
Because look at the 360. They have Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. JRPGs.
Yeah, I bought both those games. I bought both of them.
But they
hold on, Smoove. Did you beat them?
No.
Did you beat them, Smoove? So
they came out during like my core casual years. I was in college, dude. Or no, it was.
If you're not beating games, why?
Why do I gotta beat them now, nigga? I bought them $60.
As long as he bought them.
Beating games.
Nah, nigga, that doesn't matter. They're not tracking if I beat the shit. They're tracking if I'm buying it, right?
Yeah, well, because
they have achievements, they can track.
Not because of you. If you don't play, you bought it, but if you don't play and beat it, then what's gonna make you buy the sequel to it? if you didn't even beat the first one.
Exactly.
Them niggas died, to be
I
honest.
can see if those games had like in-game purchases that could keep people buying it, and then it was like, well, they're not playing it that long, they're not beating the game, they're not spending money on the game. That's one thing. Nah, niggas, the games was bought. They were bought.
No sequels to those games.
Did you buy Dragon Quest 11 on Xbox?
This is nuts.
Developers will look at that because a good example is Supergiant Games. Their previous game, the one before Hades, forgot what it's called, the one where you're like playing the sport.
You're talking about Pyre.
So they had the whole multiple different stories and outcomes for that game. They saw that a lot of people only played it once and never went back. So that inspired them to make Hades a roguelite where you just go through it multiple times. So them seeing how people were only playing it once and not getting multiple different endings influenced their whole next game.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
They definitely look at that stuff.
Look, look, these developers are not going to contribute to people that call Japanese people rice eaters, Japanese handouts. Don't buy the games. Don't complete the games. You might as well. You might as well be trying to sell BLM merchandise to the Ku Klux Klan.
16 years of data on that.
And another thing, right? Like the Japanese devs, they rely on Japan as well to buy these games because a lot of these games are going to sell better in Japan. Xbox barely has any presence over there. You know what I mean? So to them, it's like it's not even worth it because our games sell the most over here, anyways. You know, so that's another factor that plays into it.
16 years of data of this happening, where RPGs released on Xbox and it just dies. That's why.
So y'all of the minds that because it doesn't sell, it just shouldn't release here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all are anti-consumer.
I'm not gonna keep making merchandise if niggas ain't buying it. You just wasting money at that point.
As a consumer, I hope the developer doesn't waste their time and resources making a version for a platform.
All right, Move. How much are you still selling Jiggy merch?
And have I made any more if niggas ain't buying it? Like what the hell?
I was just about to say he don't make a lot of the merch.
I don't make it as much as I was because people were buying more at first, and now they're not buying as much. I don't continuously make the same amount.
You have dead
That's
stock.
that would be fucking retarded to do.
Dead stock is inventory, and inventory costs
exactly.
Like,
Move.
you think if it's not a handout, then it's anti-consumer?
Nah, I think my thing is I don't understand like my issue. Or did the stream just go down, or my internet just go down? My issue is that like I just don't understand why there's no real excuse of why this game is not on Xbox. Now that you have it on Steam, Epic Game Store, and PlayStation, it's like, all right, so now this is just a campaign to keep it off Xbox. And it's crazy. It's like, why would you pay to keep something off Xbox?
That's not what it is.
PC gamers buy games. JRPGs sell. I would say Japanese RPGs may even sell better on PC than PlayStation and Switch. The Legend of Heroes is all over PC. All Falcom's games all over
that's
PC.
The case, why?
No, they sell well, but they don't sell more than Switch or PlayStation.
How come you never complain that Falcom games aren't on Xbox?
He don't care about those games. He only knows Final Fantasy because that's the mainstream.
Yeah, he don't know what Falcom games are.
He knows the mainstream like Final Fantasy and like Persona.
He needs to put it on the list.
Shout out to Atlas, shout out to Bandai, the ones who's real holding it down for Xbox, putting their games out.
Watch Persona 6 be PS5 exclusive.
I don't care. I wouldn't care about that.
Are you getting the Persona games, Lou? You gonna play those? You gonna play them? Are you gonna play the Persona games that come to Xbox?
Yeah, I wish Strikers would come because I feel like that's the one I'm more.
It's already on there.
No,
Strikers,
it's not.
No.
Strikers not on.
Strikers not on.
It's on Switch, PS4, and PC, not on Xbox.
I thought it was on Xbox. Really? Oh,
no, they're only getting the Royale and the Royale.
Oh wow, I thought it had already been on there. That's crazy.
Yeah, you realize Phil had to cut Atlas a check to get Atlas to put those games on there, right?
Those games are old, so the money investment already got paid off. So like extra money are gonna hurt them, like to put on Xbox.
Yeah, I'm saying even with that,
but you just said if they did that, I said what if they can pay for them to do Final Fantasy VII? Like what stop them from doing that? Games already ported.
The initial cost is more expensive than releasing it later down the line. Like now,
but it's been 2 years. That's the only issue. I'm not worried about Rebirth.
And again, look at that.
But that's the thing, Smooth. If part two is exclusive, why would they release part 1 on Xbox just for y'all to wait another 3 years?
I mean, it's
I think
happening
it
like now
goes to
though. Like
that.
I mean,
the
Judgment
thing
wasn't on
is,
Xbox, and then they finally put Judgment on Xbox, and then they released the follow up.
yeah, but
Right,
you know that was
day
by
one.
that was by choice. They didn't have a deal with Sony. That was by choice from Sega.
I'm proposing a bet right now.
Uh-oh.
I will bet that Smoove will not beat Persona 3 or 4.
Yeah, which
or
one's
5.
the shortest one of the three that's coming to Xbox?
None.
Beat one Persona game.
Four to me
before
like
the year's
80,
end.
90 hours to beat.
That's how you already know he won't beat it.
Yeah.
He will not beat.
My Royal longest.
Well, okay, when do they come out?
The only one they got to release is 5.
When does the first Persona hit Xbox?
September for Persona 5,
And
but the
October.
other ones haven't. Yeah,
Alright.
Smoove is not beating a
October?
100-hour JRPG
Yes.
with a shit ton of dialogue, dating sims. Yeah.
I will.
I can't
I
hear.
will bet
You're breaking up.
you, Smoove, that you will not beat Persona 5. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the place, but we still haven't talked about FF7. we talked about it not coming to Xbox, but
yeah, because I've been trying to have a breakthrough with Smoove, man. I just don't get it. This advocating for games that he don't care about is
really excited for this Final Fantasy game that's coming out.
100%.
Why wouldn't we be?
The game's great.
Remake was lit, and there's gonna be more of that. Oh yeah,
Really
absolutely.
good.
Like what did Remake sell? Like 6 million at this point? 6 something.
Well, in 3 months, in 3 months, it sold 5 million. But Square Enix, they don't update their game sales for like they update their game sales once, and then they don't update it for like years later. I don't know why they do that, but
Probably a 10 million. Like,
I would say probably about 7 or 8.
Because
right now.
5 million was a while ago. So
yeah,
sales are gonna jump up again after those announcements.
Yeah,
so
people are gonna
probably
buy
wait
it
till-
before the new
yeah.
game comes
It's
out.
already number 1 on Steam right now, or I think number 2. I think Steam Deck is number 1, but
I bought it on Steam already. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna play through this again.
And now that people know it's 3 parts, this shit's like, yeah, people are like, now that people know it's only gonna be like 2 more parts, it's gonna sell. Like,
I don't think it'll like re-enter the top 10 chart or anything, but it's definitely gonna jump up sales wise.
yeah,
yeah,
so,
you still got to go ahead, BG.
Smoove, you got to admit this is nothing but a list war that you care about this. It's not you don't care about your Xbox brethren being able to play because they all have PS5s. All of these Xbox dudes that was talking like, oh, this should come to Xbox. They be like that was like, oh, I have a PS5, but I won't be purchasing this. Like, you sound like a dickhead, first of all.
And
like,
PC.
Like exactly like, oh, I have something for this reason, but I won't be buying it. Like, you're a meathead. I'm sorry to tell you. Congratulations, you're a meathead.
BG,
Like,
these are the same people that say that they have a PlayStation and PC, but when a game comes to PlayStation and PC, they just say, oh, I'll play it on PC, not on my PlayStation. But then they play all their games on Xbox and not on PC.
Yeah. So I don't buy this. I'm advocating for my Xbox brethren. Just admit this is for a list war. This is just to say
but what does
I have
do?
it.
I wouldn't know. What does it do? List wars doesn't help me. List wars
How does a game come into your platform that you don't like help you?
It's just why? How does it? Because it gives me that maybe one day, like, man, let me try Final Fantasy VII on Xbox. And they took away my right and ability to do that.
Companies don't release shit and say one day I hope somebody play this. They say we need niggas to buy this immediately. They don't care about it.
They're not going to sell shit immediately by not releasing it immediately on Xbox.
Let me run down
how
this.
They weren't selling in the first place on Xbox. That's the issue.
Remember how this should be working, Smoove. What you need to be doing right now.
Sales come from the first couple months of sales because once it gets cheaper, they don't make as much money on it. So if you're not buying it up front, they're like, "Fuck you, we don't want you buying the game anyway."
Smoove, we'll get it when the trilogy's done, man. That's when we'll get it.
Smoove, you need to instead of you being mad at the actual
It's going to take them
developer,
20 years to do it.
You need to get mad at Microsoft because
maybe.
Why would I be mad at Microsoft?
Because there's an issue with their platform to where developers don't want to put the game on their platform. So what you should do is
what's the issue, sir? What is the issue, sir?
I don't know what the issue is, but there's a reason why.
You're claiming there's an issue.
Multiple developers don't want to put their games on Xbox
multiple
even at a later date.
developers from a specific
So what
location.
you should do is go to ask Microsoft to fix it, because when you like a platform,
you don't even know what the issue is. So why would I know what the issue is? To
Hey,
tell them,
look,
hey,
hold on.
make your platform more approachable for so these idiots can learn to make a game for it.
Smoove, you know,
Listen, as long as Xbox is getting from soft games, everything will be all right.
Yeah,
you know what?
The next Xbox software is gonna be
sounds
exclusive.
like an Smoove sounds like an angry Nintendo fan. Nintendo had issues, and they had to change to make their platform more approachable or friendly, whatever the word you're looking for developers.
Yeah,
that was the truth. Nobody wanted to put games on the N64. Not many people wanted to put games on the GameCube or the Wii. Not many people wanted to put games on the Wii U. They had the Switch. Smoove thinks there's not a problem, Microsoft. Clearly, but they do have a problem now. My second point is, Persona 5 is coming out in September. I will bet that you will not beat that game by Christmas.
It's coming out October 21st.
And you have to beat it. When?
October.
Yeah, and you will not beat it by Christmas. You have to beat it on normal difficulty, and you have to beat the complete ending, not to die by a catchy ending. You have to beat the real ending.
Yeah, the Dr.
So
Martin.
my thing is, why you got to put a asterisk on it? So why can't I just beat the game in general? Isn't the game like 80, 90 hours long? That's the problem.
If you can't beat it on normal, then you're not a gamer. Sorry, I hate to tell you that, but anything less than normal is for the irregular or the mentally deranged. That's just the truth. Normal was not
go by faster.
I would assume so. Playing any game one easy would make it go by faster, wouldn't it?
Because look, because like Tim Dog hypes everything that goes to Game Pass. I'm sure y'all see it on the timeline. Like this.
No, unblocked.
Yeah.
This dude, like even what was it? That horror game, like it was like Friday the 13th. What is it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like even that, right? They don't like these dudes really don't care what comes to Game Pass as long as it comes to Game Pass. Like it could just be it could be a brand.
BG?
Remember Crossfire?
No, people are saying this actively and they're saying it unironically. They're saying, I don't care if the game is bad if it's in Game Pass. That's the new slogan.
Yeah, like it could be a brand new game that's announced. You know nothing about it, right? You see it for the first time, matter of fact, and it just looks like some regular game. They're hyped because it's going to Game Pass. Like it's not even about the game anymore. It's literally about Game Pass.
This is what everybody complaining is guilty of doing as well. It's more about the quantity than the quality. That's the difference between Xbox.
That's a dangerous precedent because now, like looking forward, gamers are like, "Oh shit, am I getting it free or am I not?" That's crazy to think about that shit. Like that's absolutely
nothing else matters. Reviews don't matter if the game is fun. If it genre, as long as it's in Game Pass, bro.
That's the
people are like, "Oh, the game was bad, but it was on Game Pass." So I don't care.
I say somebody say that shit about Starfield. I'm like, fam, what the hell?
And listen, Xbox, the biggest Xbox fans say that, and they don't even. It's like they say it so passively they don't even realize they're saying it. They say it all the time. They be like, "Well, it's this type of game, but it's going to Game Pass." So and they say it so like, yo, do y'all realize y'all are literally saying every game, it's going to Game Pass, and they're excusing what it might turn out to be or what they think it's going to be. And they keep saying it's going to Game Pass to excuse it. Y'all don't even realize it. It's insanity, bro.
The Digital Foundry guy was like, "Oh, I'm worried about Starfield having so much planets." As some guys like, "It doesn't matter. If it's on Game Pass, I don't care." And the guy was like, "Oh my God, like that's a problem." Yeah, that was wild, bro. Like that I need to find the thread again. But that was crazy how like that's people's mentality approaching gaming. I'm like, bro, to me that's heading gaming to a horrible fucking place.
Bad place. Like there's no curation. There's no like, okay, like it's like a bad standard for like Xbox, right? I don't think it could affect the whole industry, but like it's a very bad thing for Xbox where their fans are saying, listen, we don't care about quality. They may not see that's what they're saying. That's exactly what you're saying. You're saying you don't care about quality. because
As long as it's
anything
free.
being in Game Pass completely excuses it.
And that's why the budget of those games are look like shit. Like Microsoft, but you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to put $100 million in this game. We'll give you $25 million. There you go. And then the quality will go down because why would they spend so much money on a game if people don't give a fuck about the quality then?
Oh, don't let them talk like this, bro.
Speaking of quality, no, it's not nonsense.
It
You
is
know why?
nonsense.
Speaking of quality, no, I'll prove to you why it's not nonsense. Speaking of quality, 043 Studios, Halo Infinite campaign DLC not arriving before 2025.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Damn. That's crazy.
I'm gonna give
Oh
them
yeah,
the
BG,
benefit
set
of the
that
doubt.
topic, man. Set that topic.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the
man.
doubt again and say that it's that.
We still ain't talking about the Final Fantasy VII.
We were having intervention. Let's act. Let's put Smooves and there's Xbox mentality, stupidity aside, and actually celebrate. Final Fantasy Crisis Core and what we saw, the glimpse that we saw into Rebirth. Chris, just tell me because I never played Crisis Core. Talk about that.
I mean, Crisis Core was originally on PSP. It never came to anywhere else. It was only stuck on PSP, the physical, because it never got ported digitally either. So you can't even buy it on like PSN or anything like that. But they're finally remastering it. They're saying that it's, quote unquote, more than just a remastered. Not sure exactly what that means, but we know they're improving the combat. New voice actors, like Aerith's voice is now voice acted by the current Aerith, Brianna White. It's pretty much, I mean, it has the same animations as the PSP, so it's not like a remake like some people think it is. But yeah, and they're calling it a reunion, which I think that it's a 1-to-1. Well, I mean, it's just a remaster, right? But I think they're gonna add like another additional scene or something like that, like post credit to connect it with Remake, because now in Remake we know, since it's pretty much like a sequel to the original game, and Sephiroth is trying to like remake the timeline and stuff like that. We know that Zack, spoiler alert, right? Zack survives. But so they're trying to like link those two up. So when we see the teaser trailer, which I consider a teaser trailer, we see like Angeal's White Feather and stuff like that. So pretty much alluding to that the Crisis Core characters are gonna come back in probably Zack's timeline, while the rest of the party is dealing with Sephiroth. Then they showed an in-game not screenshot, but they showed them walking in-game. They show Cloud and Sephiroth walking in-game, which is part of the calm flashback, right? Because while Cloud was talking, he was talking like he was saying the same thing he said in the original with the flashback and everything like that. So it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks way more open this time around. I don't think. Yeah, go ahead.
The combat system in Crisis Core, there's like something rolling at the top left of the screen. What is that? It's like a slot machine or some shit like that. What is that?
Yeah, that's it's called like the DMV. It's like a slot machine mechanic in Crisis Core.
Wasn't Remake's combat kind of inspired by Crisis Core?
Yeah, but it didn't have the.
It didn't have that part, but
yeah.
I remember like.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. They took a little bit from Crisis Core and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, but overall, I think what I was saying, like we saw Mount Nebo, and then we see a compass up top that says like their objective is like 1,000 meters away. So that means that the areas are vastly expanded. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be a full open world. I think they're going to have huge areas, right? But you're still going to be funneled in like the original. You still have to go through the Mithril Caves to progress. You still have to get on the ship to go to, Costa del Rey and stuff like that to progress. But I think all the areas are going to be much more expanded and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for it. Obviously, it's now called Rebirth. And that name applies, it can apply a lot of different things as well. Me and Jay Barry, we did a complete breakdown on the trailer. It's like an 1.5-hour breakdown. If y'all want to check that out, it's on Jay Barry's channel.
Where do you think
it's gonna end?
Because I'm thinking, because my memory of like how far things happen is a little bit fuzzy. But I was thinking like when he falls into the live stream, or when you go to the
yes,
that's where you think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the northern. Yeah, absolutely, the northern crater. That to me, that's the only way. That's the only way they can end it, and actually makes sense to end it there as far as a cliffhanger. And if you read what Katase said, he said that usually in the sequels, right, the second part of a trilogy, is usually the fan favorite because that's the one that's where everything hits the fan. The characters they're at the lowest, right? And it's the more darker ones.
Right.
You know, like Empire Strikes Back, Two Towers, Back to the Future 2 and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the Northern Crater makes perfect sense because Sephiroth summons the meteor. Cloud falls into the live stream. Nobody knows where he's at. Tifa and Barrett and the rest of the party are captured by Shinra, waiting to be executed. They're looking out the window, the meteor summon, and then you have these big giant kaijus popping out the ground and shit like that. And then part 3 starts off with the party escaping, getting on the highway and looking for Cloud, and stuff like that. So to me, I think this.
Smoove, do you have any idea what he's talking about?
None
Smoove?
about what we talking about. Nothing.
Yeah,
I actually hate the parts of like RPGs where like something happens to like your main character, so now you got to go with a secondary party, and like it throws everything out of whack to me. I be hating those parts of games.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna do that with Zack though. Like I think if you remember Final Fantasy VIII, the whole thing with the Laguna, where every now and again,
I
you'll
hated that part.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
Or like Witcher 3 when you play as Ciri every now and again.
Well,
and stuff like
Ciri
that.
is better than Geralt, though.
Yeah, but Zack is better than Laguna.
But that's not the same game.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I think part 2 is gonna be huge, bro. I think this is why it's taking them as long. And they did say next winter, right? Which a lot of people think that means 2023. No, it does not. They didn't say 2023. Next winter begins December 21st, and ends March 20th. So it could release, to me, I think it's an early 2024 game, which falls under next winter. A lot of people are going with 2023 and even news report and stuff like that. But nah, they said next winter without a release year. So that's definitely a February or March 2024
Which
game.
is still impressive, like, because some people, like, we were worried we would have to wait way longer than this for part 2, right? So this is like 3 and a half, 4
Part
years.
1 came out.
But
Part 1
this
came out in 2020. Why would you?
Yeah, it came, and surprisingly, the final product of part 1 only took them 2.5 years because they had to take it back from CyberConnect and they had to redo everything, right? So, but they've been saying that the development has been going smooth, right? This is why, and one of the reasons why it's exclusive because they want the parts to come out quick, and them focusing on one platform can ensure that. Obviously, they got to deal with Sony as well and things like that. So I'm glad that part 2 is PS5 only, so they don't have to scale back and run it on the Series S.
So Chris, I got a question, right? So the people that's making this part 2, is it the same people that's making 16 as well?
No, it's a totally different team. The people that are making 16 are the people that does Final Fantasy 14. The people that are doing part 2, it's a lot of new people, but the main writers are still the people who wrote the original FF7, so like Nojima and stuff like that. And obviously 25 years later, they don't want to do the exact same story, so they are changing things around because they got more ideas and stuff like that. So
okay.
So
also, as a PC gamer, I will say that I'm done waiting. I will be playing the first one on PS5. That's actually probably my next game.
It's on Steam.
They just put it on Steam.
Yeah, nah, I'm playing on PS5. I heard the Steam port's trash.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, it runs smooth,
Yeah,
like
you gotta
Lock
use
60 on
mods to get it
PS5.
working right.
Yeah, it runs Lock 60 on PS5.
Look at Bond, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the point of owning multiple machines if you don't use them, Jack?
Hey,
There you
that's
go.
true.
I like what I'm hearing, Bond. I like what I'm
That is
hearing.
true. But
Agree.
apparently
I agree.
some dudes get multiple platforms just to say
That's what
they
to
got
say. He
it.
agree.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I don't even know why I got this piece of shit, but
Oh man.
Okay, I see how you did. Okay, I fuck with that.
Oh man. Oh well.
And it's gonna be the 16 and 7 remake or 7 rebirth are gonna be the best next gen only RPG. I don't care what nobody told me.
Hey man, we gonna pray for our Xbox brethren. Their ways are very strange to us.
When's it come?
no,
Back
winter 2023
out, this
or
part
24. Next
two.
winter.
next winter, so probably early 2024. Yeah.
Did y'all talk about the
Wouldn't that be
Who whispered? What the hell was that?
Alex,
It's
get out,
way-
sir.
I know. I said, did y'all talk about the Quarry already?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, this man
How
just
are you,
snuck in
brother?
here. I
I
didn't even
was
notice.
looking
All right,
I
Tyreek,
was
what's
gonna
going to
bet Smoove that. I bet you it'll score higher than Starfield. Okay.
Move.
I don't know. What is the first one rank? It's like what, an 87 or something?
The vanilla was, yeah, but then integrate, they bumped it up to like an 89. And that was with the development trouble. So this one,
They're not putting a follow up on PS4. Didn't this game originally come out on PS4?
Yes.
No, it's a next gen only. It's a next gen only
Square
game.
Enix. So Square Enix is assuming that everybody that bought it on a PS4 would have upgraded to the PS5 at this point.
Yes.
No, they're telling you that if you want to play, you're going to buy a PS5. That's how exclusive.
They're not
work.
catering to broke niggas.
If you want to buy it, you have to buy the machine.
And also,
they're gonna
exactly.
I like how you said they're not catering to broke niggas, and the PS4 and PS5 were the same price. And so that person who bought a PS4 when that game was popping, they probably bought it at $400. So like, never mind.
Yeah, but move. It's a sequel. It's a sequel to a game, right? That's gonna be. We're already gonna be 3 years into next gen. This game is gonna be a generational leap from the PS4 version.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a next gen only game. It's gonna be a full, 50 hour, probably gonna be 50 hours, right? To complete.
50 hours is the reason why it's on PS5. I want to know what's the what's going to be so generational, because Square Enix I don't look at them as juggernauts of making fucking,
Yes, they've always been juggernauts ever since.
They've always been graphical juggernauts.
Yeah,
That's why I went on N64.
You're breaking up on not, but ever
since Final Fantasy VII, even the Super
they go even further back.
Nintendo games were graphical juggernauts.
They pushed.
No, even Final Fantasies on Super Nintendo were.
Smoove is confusing because they've published a few. They made some mistakes. Nobody's denying that.
Paradise, that looks like that looks like that's bad quality, but that wasn't them internally. But Square Enix internal since 7. They've always released groundbreaking. Like 7 was a groundbreaking game for its time. Then Final Fantasy X was the best looking game on PS2 at the time that it came out. 13 was one of the best looking games on the PS3 at the time that it came out. Then 15 and then 16 and stuff like that. When it comes to Final Fantasy, that is their premier AAA franchise. So that is the one that they're gonna put the most amount of budget into.
Yeah. So. Yeah, look forward to it, man. I want to move on to the Capcom stuff.
Be broke smooth.
I appreciate this Black Bond remix version. Can't hear shit he's saying.
Oh man, but yeah, the last thing is by 2020, if it actually is like early 2024, things are returning back to normal, slowly. Like graphics cards are becoming more available. By that time, they're making a whole bunch of factories for chips and all that right now. So but by then things are going
maybe
to
normal.
Or closer to normal.
Without having to pay like scalper prices, you should have what you want by like 2024.
It won't be as bad, Capcom. So Capcom had their little show, and they showed off Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Jazzy, you're in here. I believe this is your sole reason for existing. I'm joking. You want to talk about this? This Sunbreak demo?
Because I know a lot of people in there, they're not really fans of Monster Hunter like that. So this first 10 minutes of the showcase, it probably annoyed some people because it wasn't there. So Sunbreak is pretty much like an expansion to Monster Hunter Rise was, because they've been doing this for like years. They did it with Iceborne and Monster Hunter World. They did the ultimate versions like on the 3DS. So this is just like mastering like a harder mode for Monster Hunter. That's why we have new monsters coming in and returning ones as well. But the thing about this one is particularly like they released like a demo of it, and the expansion is supposed to release on June 30th at the end of this month. And I did like what they showed. They showed more monsters. They showed like a returning area of the jungle that's from previous older Monster Hunter games. And they had like one monster, that's like supposed to be from a Japanese exclusive called Monster Hunter Frontier. And they have like Gorm Magala coming back, and he's from Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS. And I played a little bit of the demo today, and it was pretty fire. I was fighting Astalos, the flagship monster.
Pause. What you say?
Aslos? Huh?
Fuck you just say nigga? Hold on. Hey, yo, this nigga hold on. What you say?
His
Nigga
name
say
is
found the
called
ass on Monster Hunter.
Astalos.
This shit.
It sounded
Okay.
like you said ass load. That's his name?
Yeah, it's like you say he found the ass load. Hold on, my nigga. Wait a minute. Now. It's a family show, brother.
No, his name is Astalos. That's
Oh,
the name of
alright.
the monster. But that fight was pretty fun. And then the demo that they had, also I fought him, and then I fought Mazzalena. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He's like the flagship monster of this expansion. I tried to fight him. I got my ass whooped like in the first like couple seconds of fighting him because he's pretty strong. I don't know if the monster's going to be as hard as they are here, as in when the actual expansion comes out, because they did this with Monster Hunter Rise demo as well, where they were stronger in the demo, but like when the full game came out, they're a lot more weaker than the full game itself. So it'll be fun. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't make this like its own separate showcase, because they could have easily done that. They've been doing that beforehand, but because it's Capcom, they feel like, okay, we're giving 10 minutes of Monster Hunter because we really ain't got nothing else.
Okay.
Other than that, it was fun.
All right, cool. Next, we had a game that's very insulting. I don't want to spend much time to it because it's like I said, it's very disrespectful that this game exists. Exoprimal, this generic, game where you hunt and shoot dinosaurs with mechs, with when all everybody wants is Dino Crisis, but they give us this bullshit. So it is what it is.
That game going bomb crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think that worries me is because it's free to play. I actually think the gameplay doesn't look too. Yeah, it's gonna be a free to play game. I believe so. I believe so. I'm pretty sure it is, but the gameplay looks it looks something that could be fun, but then again, like I'm kind of over the like the horde games, right? The co-op horde games where you're just shooting either a billion zombies or this time it's going to be a billion dinosaurs and whatever. But yeah, I mean that's I don't know why Capcom would do this instead of doing another Dino Crisis, because how many survival horror dinosaur games do we have? Literally none except Dino Crisis. So that would be unique in itself.
I just Googled it. It said this title, a Gaming Bolt says Exoprimal is not free to play.
Oh, really?
Flop.
That's interesting.
Big flop.
Yeah, that means it's probably gonna flop more. Yep.
They also got that focus on co-op, which that's cool, but I don't know. I'm getting Anthem vibes from this game.
Ain't nobody playing this at all. Yeah.
Did you see the Capcom statement they said about it's not related to Dino Crisis? Actually, Capcom actually came out and said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they made the chick. She looks almost exactly like Regina, and it was with dinosaurs.
Disrespect.
So they knew what they were doing. They're not stupid. Capcom knows.
Maybe they'll start remaking Dino Crisis on RE Engine now that they're about to do.
They running out of Resident Evil games to remake. They might as well.
Because I was like, they have to know people. They have to know people want Dino Crisis, right? There's no way they're clueless about this.
Yeah, Dino Crisis on RE Engine and shit. And if they have like the same team that does Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 4 remake, that shit will be crazy. I think yeah. I think Exo Primer is probably gonna be their Babylon's Fall.
Probably.
Yeah.
Next was it was about the Dragon's Dogma 10th anniversary. This was just a message, right? I don't even know what they said.
It was an announcement that they were gonna do a 10th anniversary stream, which they did it literally at the exact same time as the Final Fantasy one.
Okay, cool. I don't know too much about Dragon's Dogma, but there's a sequel coming out too, right?
Yeah, I'm super. I think you will like Dragon's Dogma, BG, because it's similar to Souls, but with like really crazy combat and you know mounting mechanics, so you can climb any monster or dragon or anything like that.
Okay, all right, I'll look out for it.
I'm excited for part 2. Yeah,
remaster on Steam. I think I got it during the Steam sale. I'll probably check it out since they just announced.
Yeah, it's cheap right now. I bought it for like $10 a couple years ago.
Next, they got into some Resident Evil stuff. So Resident Evil, I'm about to say Biohazard because you know it's called that in Japan. Resident Evil 7, 2 remake and 3 remake are getting next gen version. Well, the next gen versions
They're
are
out
already
now.
out.
They're
Yeah,
out.
they're out now, so you can enjoy those. You know, with the next gen features. I downloaded 2 and 3, so re-downloaded 2 and 3. I'm probably gonna replay through those.
I heard they're buggy on both PC and on consoles if you play the new modes.
Right.
Yo, Mike Lois here. I cannot understand what you're saying.
Oh damn! How about this?
And I turned them up in Discord, but I don't know if that does anything. User volume, I don't even know if that really works like that.
I don't know what the heck's wrong with my dang mic, but I said I've heard that the console versions and even the PC versions are buggy if you're playing these new modes that they added.
Okay.
I heard that too. I didn't play them. I just got them to get the trophies. You get the trophies back.
They
Part 7 is fucked up though. If you're trying to get your trophies to auto pop, yo, it ain't gonna work, dog.
Yeah, I hated the because in part 3 you had to beat it in Nightmare, right? And Genesis was at least the last Genesis boss was fucking broken on that difficulty. That's the only reason why I haven't got the platinum yet. Because I got the platinum.
Get the rocket launcher, bro. You'll be alright.
Yeah, I got the platinum for 1 and 2. But I definitely want to go back and get the platinum for 3. That way I can get it for 4 as well, and I have all 4 of them.
Okay. So for Resident Evil Village, we're getting mercenaries mode, so you can play as some of the villains like Lady Demetresque, Heisenberg. I think you could play as Chris also. Chris Redfield. Some of these people gonna go crazy to play as Lady Demetresque, man. You know how they be. Oh, please, lady, please sit on me and crush me. All these, weirdos and stuff.
Dudes was happy as hell.
I wonder what her melee is gonna be, BG. She gonna probably do that that bussy stomp stomp that Baron took that one day in wrestling.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Speaking of Baron, everybody see him get choke slammed by that one rapper?
Was it
Little Scrappy?
Little Scrappy.
Oh, that's what that was, Baron.
Yeah.
What?
Yes,
That's
it
just
was.
crazy.
Tragic. My man is such a jobber. He's getting chokeslammed by retired rappers,
washed
bro.
out, washed out rappers. Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
he is the reverse Goldberg. He's black and not white, and he's winless and not undefeated.
Crazy.
Goldberg.
Wild, man. So yeah, there's the mercenaries mode, the Rose DLC, which is already in third person. And then there's a third person mode where you get to play the actual, regular story with Ethan Winters in third person. So I'm excited for that. Excited for the Rose DLC. If you should have played the game by now. Rose is Ethan's quote unquote daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, that was already spoiled for me. I haven't played 8 yet, but I'm glad I waited because I know what you're about to say next.
I don't even know what I'm about to say next. I wasn't going
I
to.
thought you were gonna add third person. There's third person mode.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that already. Yeah, so I said it's gonna have third. Yeah, Rose is gonna be in third person by default. But Ethan, the Ethan campaign, that's gonna be they're gonna add the option for third person. But I hope they fix the aiming though, because I hope it's not just they zoom the camera out and
It's gonna be awkward, bro.
That's what I'm hoping that they fix though, because
it wasn't designed for it, man.
Yeah,
it's weird because I played. They have mods. I tried out the third person mod on PC, and it's also weird because once again, when you mod something, you push the camera back and it's not designed for it. It's kind of buggy and janky.
Yeah, it look weird.
Yeah,
you don't think it's gonna be properly optimized for third person?
I don't know because I don't think Resident Evil Village was properly optimized for first person. I don't even think that.
That's facts.
Yeah,
it's gonna look and play awkward in third person. I truly believe that. That's a lot, and if it don't, that's a lot of work. They had to go back and fix that shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it out in that
BG.
mode because I agree with BG. Third person mode is the superior
God-given
camera angle.
Yes, camera angle. Yes, sir.
A horror game where you can't see behind yourself. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
BG, is that the first mod you look for? Is first person mods?
Third person, yeah.
Third person, yes.
Yep. Definitely for that Resident Evil game, yeah. And I'm a go back, because Jack
I
likes
need some
to
more trophies, man.
Jack likes to defend Resident Evil 7. I really didn't like it. I'm gonna go back and give it a chance.
Resident Evil 8 made 7 a better game. Believe it or not.
Yeah, no, I agree. It made the story make sense a lot.
Yeah, it made way more sense. Absolutely.
Yeah,
The only issue with 7, the only issue with 7 that I had, because I enjoyed 7 as well, but it was really just the repeated enemies. If they had more variety,
It only
I think
had
it
like
would've been better.
3 or 4 fucking enemy types, but they explain if you
Yeah.
play 8 all the way through, you know what it was though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't like, like it was pretty much like a haunted house game, and which was going back
It's
to
not
the
scary either, BG. We need to talk about that.
no, it's not, but who cares? Who
A horror game. It's not fucking scary.
Whatever.
At least be creepy, bro. You a horror game for God's sakes.
Hey man, we also got to see some more Resident Evil, for remake. We got to see a bit more, and game seems to be a little bit more claustrophobic, a little bit more horror, and I can't wait for that too. That's early next year.
Yeah, this is a reimagining of just like 2 and 3, so expect things to change up and
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
and yeah, I think they're gonna make the castle area way better because the castle area was good, but I felt like it went on for way too long.
Yeah,
It was way too long. And that island after that, it was way too long too.
Yep.
Towards the end of the game.
I love the game, but I do agree with these. Like, I've beaten the game multiple times, and
Castle.
like the last time I went through it, I do feel like I was in that castle for a minute. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is about like it feels like 65% of the game, damn near. So
Definitely in there for a few hours.
yeah.
I thought
Ooh,
the game got worse once you hit the castle.
Yes, it did.
I like being in the villages and here's a thought. Do you think they will change the enemy types? I don't think we could be having a game where we shoot up a bunch of Hispanics.
They can't
They're not
change
changing
that,
It was
man.
Spain,
They
so
can't
I mean,
change that. Listen, I'm Hispanic. I'm not offended by that, man.
Yeah,
It is
we-
what it is.
I don't think you could change that.
But Resident Evil 5, they had an issue with it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
they
that.
did. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's tied to the story, the Los Illuminados and all that. So I don't think you could try.
Yeah, they're in
change-
Spain. They're in Europe.
I heard they did change it from the Los Illuminados, though. They're now known as the Latinx Illuminados.
You call
the
them
Latinx Illuminados.
the Los Irregulars. The Los Irregulars.
Yep.
Oh man.
Pretty much.
I can't.
I secretly hope. I secretly hope Ashley gets piped down, though.
Nope.
Oh, at the end.
But then,
you want them to give you a choice?
But then again, that'd be good. Give me a little power flex on her turn. But you know what? They probably won't, because in the last game, didn't they remove the overtime line in one of the later revisions?
How old is Ashley again?
Remember when
she grown? She like 19.
She's 18. She's
18. She's
18.
18.
Yeah. That's a little, that
18, 19.
Okay. Hey man,
But she
legal,
asked
BG, that's
Leon to
legal.
come over.
I'm gonna stay away from it.
She can't.
Borderline
She-
legal, but yeah, it is legal.
Yeah, that's a little sus.
Legal is she asked Leon to come over for overtime, and he said no.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think they might have.
That was right at the end. That's after they escaped.
Yeah, they took they but I'm saying they took that out of later revisions of the game, the overtime line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Leon doesn't fuck with white chicks though. Hunnigan, Ada.
Oh, isn't Ada like Asian?
Leon Ada.
She's like Asian. Right?
Yeah, Leon don't fuck with white girls.
I can't wait to do the Leon suplex in this new game. That joint gonna look.
Ooh, yo, BG, that Krauser reimagined fight. That
Oh,
shit gonna
yeah.
be epic, bro.
Krauser
That shit gonna be
fight
fire.
crazy. Woo,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yo, has Has Smoove ever beaten Resident Evil 4? I'm curious of how he fought Krauser. Smoove?
I honestly don't know. I know I've gotten really far in Resident Evil 4 for GameCube. I haven't played it since.
You never beat it?
I don't think so. No.
You never beat? Oh,
I haven't played. I haven't played Resident Evil 4 on current, like anything past the GameCube.
Smoove, I gotta ask you something, man. Are you a gamer or are you just like cheerlead for things? Because like, what are you beating, man? Why do I? You literally said earlier, why do I have to beat it?
No, well, you gotta think about it. So Resident Evil 4 came out.
Have to buy it.
Like
what's going on?
05, 04,
05, 04. I just, like I said, I remember having it and playing it and getting far in it, but I just don't remember beating it. I don't remember, so I don't know if I beat it or not. But that's like when it came out later for like the PS2, I never rebought it. I didn't rebuy it for the Xbox or any of that. So nah.
If you can't remember beating a legendary game, you didn't beat it. This is nuts, man. We might have to. We might have to get new.
5, I've beaten like 7. I've beaten a lot of games. Like I just like.
You don't like a lot of horror games though, right, Smoove?
But yeah, like
that's not your thing, man. That's understandable.
They should do a challenge for Callisto Protocol on very hard or some shit.
Oh, I bet you we need that Callisto Protocol because
we might need to be looking for a new Xbox and then especially a Nintendo guy because I don't even know where he at now. He
trying to find an Xbox fan that beat games, man. Where are we gonna get to that?
Even though over the last 2 years I've been the top beating games like person, so I don't
trash.
No, but like
you be beating a lot of bullshit though.
I took trash off my list the last 2 years.
Like,
literally took trash off my list.
Look what MLD said, Smoove. He says, that makes no sense. Sony and Square have been locking away Final Fantasy since the PS1 days. You really think Microsoft can easily just undo decades of a partnership? You see how some people understand how business works?
No, because there's about over 35 Final Fantasy games on Xbox, but...
What? Is it?
Yeah. Later.
There's a whole lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot, but not 35.
That's a good point.
Go play them motherfuckers then. What the hell is this issue?
But yeah, I'm actually about to. I'm gonna play whichever one. I was trying to get the Stranger of Paradise, but that shit was garbage. That shit was garbage.
Smoove. How many Final Fantasies have you beaten on Xbox then?
Honestly, none of them.
Oh my god! So why?
But the thing is,
so
like,
why are you?
I'll start playing, then I'll just like lose interest and then I drop it. That's what happens.
So why are you complaining about not getting a game that's older than you and you've never beaten?
You want that quantity?
List Wars. We already know.
But yo,
you're List Wars. I don't even list games anymore. I don't even know the last time I list games. I play games. I play a lot of games. I have the most diverse taste in this fucking podcast. That's
no, you don't.
Fact. Yes, I do. But just because you play that boring ass mech shit doesn't mean shit. You be playing the most fucking version games I've ever fucking seen.
I have the most diverse games: grand strategy, tabletop, turn-based, RTS, city builders. Come on, Smoove. Some of the games I played,
you need a black woman.
You never even touched the drop.
You need to play. You need to be with somebody that's going to spice up your taste and have you play some more quality shit. Because that is some garbage shit.
You know what? So I'm gonna say this right now, and I hope no black woman shames me for this. But now we have to blame black women for Smoove's abysmal taste in gaming.
Bro. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. I'm sorry. For me to be playing the games you be playing, Bond, that means I ain't getting no type of work. No type of work. There's no way. You get dude, Bond, you're tasting games. You literally, it feels like you got time in that. Even though you be saying you be out, you know what I mean? But never mind, you be dealing with those pancakes. That's probably why you got the tolerance for some of these games, man.
Hey, yo.
Oh, man.
Hey,
what
man.
in the world is going on?
The BMI is a real thing.
Buttermilk
My chick's got to be able to move.
Damn.
Never mind.
But it's okay, Smoove. It's okay, Smoove.
I love you, Bond. I love you, Bond, man. I like.
What the hell?
Bond, have you ever seen
Ass? You know what? Oh, first
what did he just say?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Speaking of have you seen Ass Flat? Yeah, that one gym move. Yo,
Have you ever seen?
Say, has you seen ass clap?
Oh, of course, Smoove. Stop. Oh, back to betting, Smoove. Like I said, I will make a bet that you will not beat Persona 5 by Christmas. Lock it in.
That's a good bet.
I mean, this is possible because there ain't shit coming out this year. So
lock it in.
All right, October 21st to December 25th. I should
Yep.
be able to do this. Bond,
Have to
not
beat-
Bond. Jack, how long did it take you to beat Persona 5?
You have to beat it on.
Hey, it's smooth.
Okay, hold on. You have to beat it on normal, and you have to get the legitimate ending, not the game over ending.
All right, so question: the game over, like, just tell me, the game over is not something like dying at the beginning of the game, right, or some shit like that.
No.
Like, but what it like? What?
No,
it,
it's just
It's a spoiler. You can't tell. You can't tell
get
it's
to.
a spoiler.
No, I'm not gonna tell him, but I'm just gonna say you get to one part where you have to make a decision, and if you make the wrong decision, the game just ends there. You got to pick the right decision.
You have to look up a
for it
guide
to
to do that, though,
continue.
Smooth. You have to look up a guide to do that if you want to get the true ending, though.
Oh.
Yeah, you just have to play. I mean, even if you get the fake ending and die, you just restart your save and keep playing.
It's true, they do restart you now.
Persona 5 turn-based.
Yep.
Yes, sir. One of the best turn-based systems.
And it's a calendar system, so that's gonna be long as fuck.
Yep.
Especially with World because it got more content.
And dating sim. Let's go, Smooth.
Yes, sir.
There's no way to
Like
just
150
beeline the
hours to
game.
beat it.
Is the story?
Yeah.
You
You can, but
no,
you're going to fuck yourself over if you do.
Yeah.
All right, look,
You can,
everybody,
but-
look, everybody needs to be quiet. I need an answer from Smoove.
Oh, you know, I said I still haven't beaten a turn base this year, so that will be the one I'll beat.
Okay, we're locking it in. June 9th. Smoove must beat Persona 5 Royale by Christmas. Persona 5 Royale on Xbox specifically.
When does that come out for Xbox?
October 21st.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we're locking it in.
I thought it was September.
Smoove must beat Persona 5 on Xbox by Christmas. Normal difficulty, full ending.
Okay.
All right.
It's locked in.
Okay. How many? Man, I don't even want to ask. Never mind.
It took me 149 hours to get the platinum for Royal, and I did it in one playthrough. So.
I ain't trying to get the platinum. I just need to get.
Jack, what do you think the chances of him beating this game are?
11 to 9.
Oh,
Before Christmas? Nah,
and
it's
Smoove, and Smoove actually try to beat the game and not ask Addict for help.
Oh, he definitely gonna have to get help from Addict. That's
no.
You already know that's happening.
You just said I have to use a guide to get the proper ending you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Hey, well, you don't have to use a guide, but the way you're gonna be playing, I know you're probably not gonna.
You have to make certain decisions throughout the game. For
It's 3 confidants in particular you have to have maxed out up until that point. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. He's not doing it.
He'll get bored.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's one of those games where it's not even hard. It's hard to play it if you don't like it. You know, because you are literally forcing your way through it, and it's painful. You know, like
you really gotta you really gotta get into the characters in the story for
You're not investing in the story. That shit is not.
I'm gonna watch me some weeboo shit.
If you're not invested in the story and the characters, then yeah, you're not gonna like the game because a lot of the game is dialogue and interacting with the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like reading games, that's like the worst possible game to choose.
Yeah. All that talking and they running their mouth. I'm like, man, if y'all don't shut up all this
I had a
dialogue.
fucking 4-hour cutscene one stream, bro. That shit was crazy.
It is fucking amazing though. I love Persona 5 Royal.
All I know is this: when Smoove starts playing, he ain't never gonna see it coming.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't.
I'm about to hook up my computer tomorrow, so by next week I will have the full list of bets. We can go over them.
Okay.
Just make sure you find out how to get to the menu.
By the way,
oh shit.
Just to bring up Redfall real quick. So, Redfall hosts will advance the campaign story, but their multiplayer friends won't. So there's no progression for your friends who play with you in Redfall. Is this a bad or a good thing?
It's a good thing. That means Smoove can't be carried.
It's absolutely fine. I just did this in Outriders and probably gonna do it again in a couple of weeks when World Slayer comes out. I get
He'll still be carried because he'll still co-op with other people in his
the
world.
issue. No, I've carried a lot of people through Outriders, so I'm not worried. about this game. So I mean, I got testimonials for that.
They couldn't outride the dick ride.
Anyways, but no, the thing is that the reason why I don't mind is that because of things like this. For Outriders, I had like about 4 or 5 partners throughout my whole run. And the thing is, it was like some people are at different parts of the game. So if you're going to do a co-op with somebody, that means you have to be literally tied to like one person. And my thinking is that given how it's character based, it's class based, and no build is the same. I don't think it's like really necessary, but I think the part that is like important is having the loot and whatever you earned, whether it be weapons, gear, whatever that you get from that playthrough, that XP. I think that's going to be important. I think that's more important, more valuable, because when you do get back to your game, you're going there, a little bit more padded, a little bit more statted up, and you're able to run through either by yourself or to play through that way. So I'm not too worried about it. So if the game's going to be fun, it should be able to survive multiple playthroughs. But I know some people are against it, but there's a lot of games that have this implemented, and it is for this way, because not everybody, you're going to be starting a game with everybody at the start of the game. Some people you start midway, they yo, can you help me do this mission? You know what I mean? That they'll be like midway through the game, and of course, you'll catch some like spoilers, but I think you'll be able to approach certain missions better if you know what's already going to go down, and then when you finally get credit for it during your own playthrough, I think that I don't think it's like good. I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's bad, because I've done games where I completely did a beeline and experienced the story with someone with just like Addict before, but then I did games like Outriders where I literally played one night I'm playing with Addict, next night I'm playing with Cognito, or next night, but they're all at different parts of the game. So
you gave us a pretty long explanation for a game that's going to be dead in a month.
You think Redfall's going to be dead in a month?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Arcane's best game.
Okay.
What?
So you think it's gonna? Matter of fact, you think it's gonna get higher critically acclaimed than Deathloop?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be better than Dishonored, nigga? Are you bugging?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dishonored
what's the
Dishonored exists, my nigga.
Dishonored is probably their highest rated game.
I will say this. I do.
I know Deathloop is like.
Definitely got like a 90. Yeah.
It had like an 88 on.
Yeah. I do think it'll be a better game than Deathloop, but I don't think it'll be rated this highly.
But Deathloop was highly overrated.
Yeah, that's why I think.
Yeah, that's Arcane. That's the same people making Redfall.
I know that's Arcane, but I think people were being extremely.
Now we saying Deathloop overrated, but Xbox was the publisher of the year. What happened?
I
think Redfall.
Why did it announce Deathloop for Game Pass? Yeah, I thought they would have announced that by now.
PlayStation need to get off
I
that fucking
think
rocker. That's
Redfall is
what.
gonna surprise folks, man. It's the same thing with Deathloop. When they were showing off Deathloop, everyone's like, "This look trash, yada yada," and then the reviews, and then people started buying. I think it's gonna be the same for this game. People saying Redfall look trash. It's gonna get good reviews, and then people gonna play it. It's gonna be the same thing. That's basically all Arcane games, basically. Like people iffy on that first, and then the reviews come, because they always make good reviewed games. So this game's gonna get good reviews. I think so.
I agree.
The highest rated Dishonored got 91 on PC.
It's going to be very nicely rated. Nobody's just going to be playing it after a month. That's all.
This is on
Halo
Xbox.
Gears of Forza.
Yeah, most of these online co-op games, it's like we've gotten to a day and age that it's like they really can't live past a month. I don't know what it is.
But Redfall has a beginning, middle.
See,
and
but
end.
everybody keeps telling me that it's not a co-op game. It's a single player game that has co-op. Not the way they've been showing it. They've been advertising this as a co-op game.
A co-op game, yep, since the beginning.
They made it clear that this is
also
a
been
co-op game.
making it clear that this is an Arcane game. You're gonna get the same single player experience, obviously, just in co-op.
Like they make it very clear from the cover. There's 4 people. There's 4 people on the cover of the game. Like all the the art for people and all that stuff. They're pushing this as a co-op game.
This is also their first multiplayer game, though. So,
well, no, Deathloop, right? They had the PvP.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
the
like that,
PvP.
too. But they designed a game where you can play, solo and everything like that and be fine. But the main draw is to co-op with your friends.
We'll see. What else we got? I think the last thing is there's a rumored PS5 Pro controller. It's gonna have back buttons. If you remember, like a few years ago, well, yeah, at like the end of the PS4 era, they came out with the back button attachment. And this one is this Pro controller allegedly, will have back buttons and removable analog sticks, and all the features that a more Pro controller usually have. So.
Do they know who's actually gonna be making it as a PlayStation themselves, or are they partnering with like Scuff or something like that for this?
Sounds like it's like a direct PlayStation product.
I think it's a direct PlayStation one because they already partnered with Scuff for something else. So this is like a direct PlayStation accessory.
Yeah, seems to be direct from PlayStation. They normally don't do this type of stuff. Directly from them. They usually like license and stuff, but yeah, this might be a PlayStation direct thing. I won't be buying it. I like to stick with my vanilla, regular old controllers and mop everybody up with just a regular $60 controller.
$250 for a Pro controller is not worth that shit price.
Yeah. By the way, question, right? Because somebody put that GameStop had posted, they had used controllers for like $30. Has anybody ever bought a used controller? That seems like fatherless activity to me.
You gotta be in serious poverty.
Probably broken, so hell no.
Not since the PS. And I was like,
there's there is a market.
Yeah, you're breaking a bad bond.
Can you hear me now?
Nah, you're still breaking up, Brian. You need to get off that Wi-Fi, man. That is the Azure server.
You have no actual. I'm almost nice, but if the machines in the current generation, buy new.
Yeah, that was T1000 Bond.
Yeah, Soundwave.
Was he talking like 3 different times at once?
I was saying that if it's a retro console, then yes. If it's a current gen console, then no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not buying a used controller because listen, you can clean it, but I'm not buying no controller that somebody else had their hand grease all over. Like that sounds insane to me. Like you don't know what they was doing with that controller.
Especially like the white controller where everyone's like skin and shit on it. You can see like the dead skin. I'm not buying that shit.
Well, I will say this though: if you're going to buy a used controller, the Xbox used controllers aren't bad because they never play games anyway.
So it's like mint condition, like brand new.
Yeah, like with this type of stuff that Jack be talking about, and the type of stuff we know is in his web browser. Imagine me getting his used controller.
What I got to do with this?
Imagine getting Jack's used controller, bro. Come on,
nigga. Do you jack off while you game, nigga? What the hell?
Listen, bruh. I do not want that bad controller. That's all I'm saying, dog. You don't know where it's coming from.
Man, fuck you.
Hey, man, you don't know what's in the crevices of that controller. And come on, man.
Skill, nigga. You need some skill, bitch.
Yeah, okay. I'm good on it.
People was a little too attracted to Lady Dimitrescu. I don't want their controller.
Who?
Yeah.
Whoa. Fuck.
Oh man.
Definitely don't want no Smash Bros. Players controller.
Oh god.
No.
Yeah.
That's just FBI.
Got boy butt stains on that mama.
That's just FBI evidence.
FBI evidence. Oh my god.
I smell when someone traded one of those in recently.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Hey man, I don't got nothing else. We gotta read these super chats though, Jack. Can you handle that?
Oh, we hold on. We didn't talk about Halo. Oh,
we did. I think we touched upon.
No,
he get his whole slander off, man. You gotta let him get his whole slander off.
We just glossed over it. I mean, like. What's going on? I thought this was their primary, their best franchise, and it's looking like doo-doo cheap butt cakes and smooth. Like, does anybody not think Halo is dead right now?
I mean, it's 0 for 3.
It's definitely dead.
Yeah, it's
bad. And the sad thing is, it's not just Halo that's dead. Master Chief is dead too. Like they killed it. It's completely dead. But the game, as a diehard Halo player, I had to admit the truth, man. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, sad times, man. Sad times.
You know what's wild? I saw Lightyear with friends on Friday. Tell me how that movie felt more like Halo than the Paramount show.
Ouch. You're just capping now.
I heard.
Try, sir.
I'm not slandering Xbox. I'm slandering Paramount.
Who do you think will win in a fight, Buzz Lightyear or Master Chief?
All right, now wow, that I'm just saying, Disney low-key made a better Halo adaptation than Paramount. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I heard Lightyear had some irregular activity.
Man, it had one scene that was like maybe 3 seconds, but that was about it.
You need to put that in there. It's about Halo Infinite. Yeah, that's unacceptable for the campaign DLC. I hope it's not true, but like 2024, like I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. At this point, if you have like, I wish that Halo Infinite was just a regular Halo game that didn't have like this free stupid multiplayer, this live service. It just launched with this campaign, had this multiplayer on the side. It is what it is. Now they're gonna overcommit to trying to fix it, and I fear they're not going to be successful at that because nothing they do is going to be good enough. And then this campaign, which is really the only sort of expansion I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite. As far as multiplayer, there's nothing that I want. I don't want anything more out of multiplayer. It is what it is. I play when I play, and then that's it. I'm not looking for any particular modes, any particular maps, even though new maps is good and whatnot. But as far as the campaign, I enjoyed the campaign thoroughly. So I figured if this game's gonna last 10 years and I need a campaign, like I feel like I need some sort of campaign expansion almost every year or every 2 years. So if anything, but you're telling me 4 years, as long as they're taking to do regular updates to Halo Infinite's multiplayer, which is the one they have to constantly feed, the campaign taking 4 years, it's like, dude, like I don't know what they're doing.
And aren't they aren't they adding a battle royale mode like next year or something?
Yeah,
with like
certain
another
affinity.
which is crazy because I just saw a tweet from them a while ago when they were talking about battle royale for Halo Infinite, and they were like, "No, we don't want battle royale. The only BR that we want is the battle rifle." But now they're putting a battle royale.
Yeah, because it's gonna have
it.
its own spin. It might not even be like a traditional battle royale. But even with that, at the end of the day, I just feel like they're too slow to react to things, and I kind of just want to see what else 343 can do, because I feel like the more they try to redeem Infinite or to try to win back fans, is like I get sick of seeing their updates because I hear more about their mental health than I do anything else. With
Which
this
is important.
So Smoove
with their game,
Smoove don't give a damn about their mental.
No, I'm not saying I don't give a damn
care
about their
about
mental
their
health.
mental
It's just that they always lead with that. Like, all right, dude, if it's that bad, bro, make something else that is not going to give you mental issues that have no expectations. Make a game that doesn't have
make
any
anything.
At this point, I think it's abundantly clear it's the management, because the core of the game is great.
Questions. Yeah, but the core of the game is not theirs. It's just copied from Bungie. It's not something they created. So let me ask you a question, Smoove. With the inclusion of Bethesda and their ID studios from, Wolfenstein and Doom, and now you have Call of Duty, would Halo be in better hands with one of the Call of Duty devs or one of the Wolfenstein or Doom devs? I believe so. I think we've had enough. What do you think?
Yeah, technically, as far as they have probably the best first-person shooter developers At this point, I feel like after this Activision deal closes, I feel like that Microsoft and Xbox will be over encumbered with studios that are capable of making quality first-person shooters to the point where they can relieve 343 of their duties from that game if they want Halo to continue to exist into the future. I think
Give it
with
to id
this, I feel like
Software.
they got to.
But those studios don't want to do Halo though. Like it doesn't want to make a Halo game. Why would they? Or
Nigga, they got no
game?
choice. Daddy owns them now. They don't got a choice.
I think what
You
Microsoft
think this is a
Then-
choice?
Then the quality suffers because they're making a game they don't want to make. You're gonna have like another Crystal Dynamics Avengers situation where they're making something that they don't want
Hey.
to make, and the game comes out ass.
343 want
They
to
don't
make
wanna
them?
make
You know what?
I think 343.
You know
wants to
what?
make
Michael
Halo.
Jordan didn't. Michael Jordan didn't want to do the triangle offense, and look what happened.
There you go.
I think Microsoft should just get like all of the like senior leadership from once the deal goes through, all their studios that have worked on, because like Smoove just said, they're gonna have, if this deal goes through, like the most amount of top quality FPS talent. They need to make like a board where they have all of these people that can give leadership and advice to all their studios, so they can just make the games even better. In the case of like id and like Machine Games, they're set, their games are lit. But they need to make like a board, like a panel that can just kind of guide 343 in the right direction on how to actually improve the game even further.
Yeah, I feel like in this.
I have an
because
option.
id
Tell
is
these
at the end of their.
Tell these niggas they suck.
I think it's gonna do one more Doom and that's it, and then they're on to either like what, maybe Quake and whatever their minds are. And Machine Games is probably done with Wolfenstein. So I mean, there's availability there.
Why would they be done
Quake-
with Wolfenstein?
Because I don't
dead.
think they're gonna keep making
Quake,
Oh, all right.
Quake is never coming back. Quake is never coming back.
You don't think?
And not because Quake is a bad game, but because the way Quake plays is unplayable on a controller. Not to mention that you need to be for Quake to be Quake, you need to be a crackshot beast on a fucking mouse.
Yeah.
That's not something that's ever going to work on an Xbox. And to make a game where it is controller accessible in Quake is not Quake.
Quake. I mean, did you play? I mean, Quake 4 was out. Well, this is like throwback Quake, but Quake 4 came out to 360.
Most recently, Quake Legends.
And that was
I want
trash.
to play that with a controller.
I mean, other than Halo, the only other arena shooter that kind of fit the controller was like Unreal Tournament. But I don't think they're gonna come out with another one of those because Epic is busy with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epic ain't doing nothing but Fortnite at this point. I don't blame them.
Jack, super chats.
We got Maxie. He said, "Yo, BG, you check in on your son Joe Schmo today? Joe Schmo's a fucking dick eater.
Yeah, that dude is. Oh my god,
That man should be tired of taking that many L's every
That
day.
that dude's dumb. Yeah.
That dude with the 21 Savage Abby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that makes me tight because I like 21 Savage.
All right. We got Lone Wolf Gamer T-Lo. He said, Xbox is more dead than Review Tech USA Love Life laughing emoji. Don't that man got like 3 kids?
Don't he got a kid?
Yeah, he got like 3
That's
kids.
what I
brother.
said.
He got like 3 kids, brother. We got 408 Shark. He says, why didn't you guys talk about Street Fighter 6 last WWP? I could have sworn we did.
We did. I'm pretty sure
We definitely did. Yeah,
like the last 2 weeks.
Gotta go back and listen, my guy. We got G400. He said, who else beat arcade hard mode on TMNT? Moon emoji. I haven't even played arcade mode yet. We got Rystar 94. He says, Bethesda games are like Bond's Wi-Fi connection. Oh shit. All right. We got Techie B. He said, how come y'all don't charge to turn on the cam like LTG? I'd pay at least 10 to 15 to see Jack leg spread or BG's arms under his wrinkled shirt. There you go.
Whoa.
We got John the Don. He says, is that Bond or Megatron? Okay, let me see what else we got. We got Sky's the Limit 1994. He said, "Happy anniversary to Bond swimming in the pool during a podcast a few years ago. Can we get a Bond Tales real quick? Woo! All right.
You want to hear one?
No, not right now.
Got a good one from
No,
last night.
no. After dark.
It's a good clapping story too, Smoove.
Man, buttermilk pancakes.
After dark.
We got Ball and
French
Harder.
toast.
He said, no deflection, but didn't the suits at PlayStation try to lock this Starfield title down along with Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo? Thoughts from that angle? Surely the brass at Sony seen something. Random generated is ass. I guess he mean randomly generated.
I mean, they saw it, and after they saw it, they're probably like, "Nah, y'all good."
I mean, this could have been a timed exclusive. I still wouldn't buy it. Like, wouldn't have mattered to me.
Yo, Jack, you remember that one dude that was in a space and was like, he's tried to convince people the PS5's design was based off of a potential.
Bro, he did,
Starfield
bro.
bundle.
I had to turn that shit off when he said that. That was the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
But what
Yeah,
up?
he said
Based off of what?
He said the way the PS5 looks was based off of Starfield's concept, like the colorway, and I'm like, bro, are you fucking stupid, bro? Like, I had turned space off. It was crazy.
So Sony consoles are always designed like
buildings, right?
Yeah, buildings, right? Yeah, they look like buildings
in Asia. So.
That dude's an idiot. The Pyromaniac.
I thought they were based off the Rise.
Excuse me?
Thought they were based off the game Rise.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the modern template for all things created now. So there you go. The Pyromaniac, he said Xbox took all Bethesda games from PlayStation owners, and that's okay. But Xbox missing some Square games is a problem. Make it make sense. Smooth.
No, because it's okay to permanently buy something than for timed exclusives.
Oh, okay, all right. We got King of Games 405. He said, "Do y'all all think the sales of Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox is causing Square Enix to not put Final Fantasy 7 and 16 on Xbox?" We talked about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think that plays into it, but there's multiple things. Obviously, a deal with Sony, and then obviously they want the games to be higher quality and focus on one platform at a time.
There you go. We got Andrew.
Didn't somebody say it was like 90-10? Didn't somebody say it was like 90-10?
Yeah, at launch when it sold at launch, worldwide. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's crazy. We got Andrew Wilkins. He said Smoove has an adaptive Xbox controller and an adaptive brain. That's not nice. we got S Blanks in 95. He says, Smoove, did you have a problem when Xbox paid for GTA 5 DLC to be exclusive for a while?
Say what?
It says, did you have a problem when Xbox paid for GTA 4's DLC to be exclusive for a while?
Nah, because PlayStation had exclusivity on GTA games.
Not at that point.
For the first couple games, they had GTA 3 and Vice City.
Yeah, but not well. But they never had a
GT.
Hold up, but that wasn't a lot of the PlayStation 2 exclusive from third party. That wasn't because PlayStation had a deal with them. That was by choice of the developers because it was the biggest platform at the time.
And they just weren't supporting the Xbox as of yet. That's all it was.
Because it was brand new. It was brand new hardware. Yeah.
You want to know why they also weren't supporting the Xbox? Because those dumbasses didn't want to take them. Remember when they said, "Hey, we'll give you this game exclusively"? They said no. Like, okay, well, we going to Sony.
Well, there you go. We got Sky's the Limit 1994 again. He says, everyone thoughts on the RE4 remake game of the year contender. And we talked about that on the podcast as well.
I don't think remake should get game of the year.
No, it definitely can. I think.
It's a reimagining.
Yeah, it's technically a different game. So
yeah, it's a different game.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Let me repeat myself. Remasters. This is a remake.
Oh yeah, remasters. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel that. We got Lynch DJ. He says, "Thank you, Jack, for mentioning Dead Rising." Yes, sir. Yes, I got y'all. We got
Dead frame rate.
Darian Nelson. Smoove is neglecting the fact that Final Fantasy 14 is an MMO game. GamePass players aren't gonna pay for the expansions. Oh, there you go. We got King J25. He says, Smoove tripping. Don't Halo, Gears, and Forza do the same thing by not putting their games on PlayStation? Laughing emoji, shaking my head. There
It's
we
not the
go.
exact same thing as we established, but it doesn't really matter.
We got Andrew Wilkins again. He says Sony won the 7th gen. Most games sold, highest attach rates. Sony can never lose in gaming. Okay. We got Jack Sutcliffe. He says, got Final Fantasy VII Remastered on Steam on sale. Getting Soul Hackers 2, Persona 5 Royal, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core all day one on Steam. You gotta put your money where your mouth is and send a message. I do hope that wait time isn't as long on PC. All right. We got Dips. He says, by that principle, that Kojima should be on PlayStation. If not, shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, the Kojima.
That's a
game.
good point. Yep.
There you go.
They,
There you
yep. They don't care about Kojima making it exclusive to Xbox.
We got Rufflemut. He says, where the hell is the Final Fantasy IX love? Who here beat Final Fantasy IX?
That's my.
Well, people don't like FF9 because Kuja looks like, I don't even want to say. He looks like he celebrates a regular month.
Yeah, Cujo was weird. I mean, I like 9. That's like my fourth favorite one. But all the Nvidia leaks have been 100% correct. Dragon's Dogma 2, Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter. What was that game? Tactics Ogre, right? Or Ogre Tactics, whatever that game is called.
Oh, if they've released that,
No,
I'm gonna
it
be
got
so upset.
PlayStation leaked that there's a remastered version of that game coming out. So
they already remastered it though on the
PS3.
PS3.
It's called Reborn or something like. Yeah, but they're releasing it for modern consoles. You know what I mean? But all of the Nvidia leaks have been true, which means that Final Fantasy IX remake is in the works, and Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered is coming as well.
All right. We got Rufflemut again. He says, read some Sonic Frontier impressions and beginning to feel optimistic. The latest build ran at a smooth 60 FPS and the combat looks pretty dope too. We got Roadrunner. He says, why we let this dude spoil the whole Final Fantasy VII story? What the fuck? I think he's talking about
Because it's 25 years old.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Jack.
What's up, brother?
How come Rufflemut here more than Blandrew? How come Rufflemut contributed more than Blandrew?
Hey, low key. So Bond gonna like this next super chat from Rufflemut again. He says, thank you, Bond. New Nintendo member, please. There you go. It all came full circle. This shit is crazy. We got Phil DVG. He said RE4 was straight dog duty. I don't blame Smoove. Oh shit.
You sound like you on meth.
We got Fear is the greatest motivator. He said, clapped my first Asian yesterday, and let me tell you, that rice patty was smacking.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, let me make
You
sure
wildin'.
that's the last one.
You
Let me make
wildin'.
sure that's the last one. This dude is crazy, man. Oh, hold on, we got some more. Hold on, I gotta pull back up. Let me pull them back up real quick. This dude is crazy. Okay, we got 3 more. We got Maxi again. He says, Xbox say all Sony games are walking sims and movies, but they're crying and begging for all these RPGs with hours of reading text and heavy story dialogue. Oh man. It says Rockstar 94 ban Bond until he's wired. Oh shit. Okay. Then we got
I'll be
Brutus.
wired next week. Don't worry.
There you go. Then finally we have Brutus04. He says hit the like button, and I agree. That's it.
Yes, sir. All right, let's wrap this up and get to After Dark. I don't want to be here all night. It's Juneteenth, and it's Father's Day. All right, so
And you got cats.
Yeah, I do. All right, Vaughn Red.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for having me on. I agree with that one dude in the chat. Sonic Frontiers looks mid, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tarek.
A good podcast. Shout out to the Warriors for winning. Fuck Memphis. Good podcast.
Fuck you, nigga!
Light skin master race wins again.
Oh man.
We're gonna see y'all boys next season, man. Don't even worry about Shrek. We got you, baby. We got you, dog.
Hell,
All right.
See, can see y'all being better than them in about 4 years.
4 years, nigga? Are you insane?
Yeah, I'll give y'all 4
We
years.
beat them niggas by 55 points in the playoffs. What we talking about?
Series probably ain't after that.
Oh yeah, you don't remember that. You don't remember that one though. Yeah, I know. It's cool.
I'm saying better enough to like actually, maybe win a whole series against.
Yeah, maybe when they move from Memphis to like Nashville or some shit.
Hey man, listen, man. We gonna get this Christmas Day game, Grizzlies versus Warriors. You know what I mean? I want to put some money up with Tyrek, man. You know what I mean? He been talking crazy. We gonna do that.
Because I know at this point everybody just waiting for Steph to fall off a cliff, but
Max
that's gonna take a
Kellerman.
while. Yeah, I'm like,
I respect the word, man. They got their
McLeod.
ring, man. I ain't hating on. They got it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about Max Kellerman? He left First Take before Tom Brady retired.
Yep.
Oh, he did say yeah.
That is funny.
The cliff came for him first, but him and Skip got like Stephen A. and Skip got murder beef like Nick Briz and Chris White, or like
didn't even know that.
hard
That's
ABG
crazy.
now.
Smoove.
Man, happy Father's Day to my fellow fathers in here, and happy Father's Day to your dads. But I won't be here for that for dark. I got some steak to eat. That's my dinner. And yeah, man, good episode. I'll be back next week. And
Appreciate your Father's Day wishes, Smooth. Continue being a good son.
Jazzy.
Yeah, speaking of Xbox JRPGs, there's a new one coming out this month that happens to be on Xbox, and it's called Digimon Survive. And hope Xbox fans actually support it.
They ain't buying that shit. They ain't buying that.
This dude, Jazzy.
Hey man, I gotta show that game anytime I can.
Digimon is a card game, right?
No.
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 Whatever.
It has a card game, but it's not
It's
a card game.
Yeah,
it's like another
tactical
monster.
JRPG.
It's like it's like a sci-fi Pokemon type thing.
Like monster collecting.
I mean, I used to watch Digimon like back in the day. I mean, it's the
You
same
gonna
thing,
get this
right?
new game?
As soon as it goes on the Xbox stores, I don't think it's there yet. Like I've seen all these other Japanese games that like Soul Hackers, that JoJo's game, and a few others that are there.
No, it'll go on pre-order probably later this month.
Yeah, you know what game I want to pick up? I want that Lego Smash Brothers, Lego Brawl.
You.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it comes out. I think a couple weeks.
Jack.
Yeah, man, good podcast. We shout out to the guests with all the shitty mics. Shout out to the Warriors, man. Fuck Tyrek, fuck the Warriors at the same time. What else? Smooth brought up a good point, man. Go support JiggyMerch.com. Y'all niggas is lazy. What else? That's it, man. Oh, streams coming back next week. We might be doing some PS3 streams next week, man. Tap in. That's it, man. Peace.
I'm gonna pray for you on that Deadlock stream.
Yeah, man.
Chris.
Yeah, man, appreciate the invite, and shout out to everybody. Shout out to the chat, and yeah, I mean, speaking of JRPGs, there's two big ones coming out next month for Nintendo, and I'm pretty sure Blandrew is probably not even gonna play them at launch.
Oh no.
Yeah, Live a Live and Xeno. Oh, he's probably gonna play Xenoblade, but I'm getting Live a Live remake and Xenoblade day one. I'm excited for those games, but yeah, man, y'all can follow me on Twitter, and then also. Like I said before, me and Jay Bari, I'll put the link to the video in the chat. But
list on YouTube's.
Yeah,
y'all the first two. Y'all might be the first two, right?
We the only ones, right? But but we did an entire breakdown on the Rebirth Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer as well too. If y'all want to check that out.
Okay, all right. B Staples.
Yo, thanks for having me. Good podcast as always. Continue playing your games, man.
No, that's the dangerous thing to say around these parts, sir.
That's the bad faith argument.
Especially the Xbox guys.
Oh man.
I
Staples is
will
an
be back
Xbox
to-
guy, so put some respect on him. He's one of the dudes around here that be playing his games. He's an Xbox guy. He's one of those Xbox guys I keep in my prayers though, because it's hard for you,
I am at my new spot. I'll be back to video making next week. The only thing I haven't set up is my computer and the internet, unfortunately. But shout out to all the people in California with your $10 guess. Vote appropriately.
God damn.
Yeah. $10 a gallon.
And that,
You
that-
gonna
that- that's
yo,
a sign
Uber
of the
drivers
apocalypse.
Uber drivers are gonna be asking for top to drive.
As they should.
That's
you
crazy.
gonna have to give some neck and some jeez. $10.19. Woo.
That is wild.
Oh, and also if you live in Manhattan, you need to have an income of $160,000 now.
Yeesh. Damn.
I think we're gonna have another economic collapse. Honestly,
It's nuts. Who would like ever rent for $4 or $5 grand? I would sooner move to Atlanta. Oh, speaking of Atlanta, I've been trying to convince Hard 8 to show up at one of Baron's matches. I think that would be hilarious.
oh man, you should.
Yo,
you should-
you just watching one of Baron's matches, and all you hear is "You suck, you corporate cocksucker." Oh man!
All right, that's episode 325 in the books. We will catch y'all next week. And yeah, we're going After Dark. Support the Patreon. We out. Peace.
No. What? Right. Plenty of tried and plenty of failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hell. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro king got me. See, that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Elba, I'm a black bond, aiming a scope and all black panel. You can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. Not at all. Oh wait, then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own. Like, how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then send your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct. Plenty of fail. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon World Podcast, y'all know what we got in the building, man. We got BG. We got Kid Smooth, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, I mean. Blandrew, I mean, what you can't out strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.